All right, what's up, YouTube? So I'm new at this, so don't you know? Don't criticize me too bad. But it is a learning experience, so obviously I still want to know where I fuck up. So anyway, the point of this stream is that I went to Donovan's and I noticed that his little interview there that he did. He did a little stupid interview with my brother and Nerves a Shill. I think came on Nerves a Shill, and I don't understand why Donovan does what he does. I made that last video. I don't know if you noticed the last video that I made where I I talked about anybody that is trying to cause negativity. They're trying to cause everybody to come against each other, not to trust each other. I believe they're controlled opposition. Here's the thing about controlled opposition though as well. You can be controlled opposition and not know it. You can be controlled opposition and you didn't have to agree to it. You don't even have to be told that you are. You just are easy enough to control that they can get you to, use you as a pawn, get you to do their work for them without you even realizing you're doing it. The best way to enslave humanity is to trick them into believing they're free. Remember that, okay? When they can trick people into believing that they're free, then they've accomplished, they're able to hide slavery right in your face. We could all be controlled opposition, all be doing whatever somebody else's agenda is, as long as they don't tell us. They don't have to tell us. Like I said, they trick us all into believing we're free, but when the truth is, they control all of us. They're not going to tell you that they're controlling you. They're going to tell you, "Oh, thanks for doing what we wanted you to do, Donovan. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Here's some gift cards, right?" But that's why I don't understand why I, question your motives. I question why you're doing what you're doing. And there's no other explanation that makes any sense. So whenever there is no explanation that makes any sense at all, I have no other choice but to speculate and start assuming shit, right? So I'm just going to assume that whenever I give you a chance and I try to talk to you like a human being, and before anything else is said or done, you go to what Nerve Girl's channel and say that I brainwashed you and that I embarrassed you. I embarrassed you as well. And then it's clear to me what you're doing. Then you do another stream with my brother on, and you say things that are complete lies. Now you have to know they're lies because they're lies. I know they're lies. It's not like we're mistaken here and you think that this is true and it's not because nobody else says it. I don't hear it from anybody but you, Donovan. Like that I have been stalking Sharon Hensley is her name? Is that what you said? Yeah, Donovan, the only reason I've ever even heard her last name is because you said it. The only reason I even know who that was, their name period, is because you said it. I knew her as Hippie Chick. She was Hippie Chick on YouTube. And she was saying some shit about somebody who I knew and who I talked to. So what did I do? You were telling me shit about this person, trying to convince me that this person is that and this person is this, right? So I said, "Oh, really? Okay, okay." And then I went to that person and I said, "Yeah, Donovan was saying that you're this and you're that." All I did was repeat what you told me, Donovan. That's it. I just repeated what you told me. And what happened? You fucking flipped the fuck out. And all of a sudden, you just started attacking me incessantly, and you haven't stopped. Until recently, you tried a new tactic to try to play the good cop, bad cop game like Nerve does, right? And it worked a little bit. I gave you the benefit of the doubt. But I'm not an idiot, Donovan. You didn't trick me into believing that you know, that you're not a fucking, your whole point and your whole purpose isn't to actually discredit me or whoever. I'm not an idiot. I figured, it's real simple. You're either, your whole purpose is to come on here if you're not making money. Of course I can't prove how you're making money. How the hell am I supposed to prove that, dumbass? What? You think I can just look it up online? You think they're, you know, do controlled or do confidential informants, where do they report their income at that they get paid? How does that work? How do I find out how a confidential informant gets paid from the cops? I'm just curious. How do I find that out? Is that something that I should just know, right? I should be able to prove it because I can go look that up, right? Like all confidential informants, like narcs, right? Narcs, the ones that get paid from the cops to do different things. Yeah, where can I find that information to prove that? So whenever I call you a narc and I say nothing else makes any sense, it's because this is the only thing that's left. How about you prove that you're not? Your actions speak louder than your words. You can prove your intentions by stating your intentions and then acting on it. When you state your intentions and you do something opposite of what you claim your intentions are, I mean, I don't know about you, but I call that a liar. I call that deceiving. I call that somebody who's just trying to deceive people, right? So that's all Donovan does in this video here. Um, Now, I noticed how he went to Nerve and he lied about me, or well, he didn't lie about me at Nerves. He said that I embarrassed him, and I tried to brainwash him. I brainwashed him. He said, now he can have that. That can be his truth. I'm not saying he's lying about that. If he felt brainwashed, that's his problem, not mine. All I did was started talking about the danger of clicking on links from an untrusted source. I would consider Nerve Gorilla a very untrusted source. Okay. So therefore, it's dangerous to click his link, especially since he won't even show his face. He won't let you know what his identity is. How could you trust somebody like that, period? And why would he care so much if you do or don't? If he wants to be anonymous, why does he care that people trust him so much? None of that makes any sense at all. So when I talk to Donovan on like a 3-hour live stream and everything's fine until I start talking about clicking links and he starts like backing up Nerve Gorilla. He starts trying to shut me down. And he says, no, 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 don't tell people that links are scary. Don't do that. Why? Does that ruin your game, Donovan? Does that ruin your whole fucking game? Are you not able to get paid then if people don't click your link? Is that how that works? I mean, it's not real hard to figure out. Anybody can look at it and see, what that you're not being honest, that you're hiding something, right? So I'm just asking what that is. Like, what is your intention? You got to state your intentions and then back it up, right? With receipts. Then you back it up. But when you twist the truth around like that, then you expose yourself is all you do. You expose yourself. So we're going to watch this stream of Donovan's and it's going to be like I clicked on the link, only I don't have to worry about the link. I'm just going to chime in whenever I feel like it, right? And since Donovan deleted it or he privated the live stream, so you can't see the live stream on his channel. He privated that shit, right? I don't know why would somebody do that? I don't know. But I'll play it on my channel here and we'll do it live. So if Donovan has anything to say, he can come in the chat because I don't block people. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna watch Donovan's interview with my brother, but it's gonna include me as well. Okay. So enjoy here. Let's get things set up here.
You could try to play it, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the...
Yeah, I'm in his comments once in a while, but is your name Ryan? There's a reason I'm asking this. Huh?
Nah.
I can't. Your name isn't Ryan?
Nah.
Okay. Well, then you're not who I thought you were.
Do you want us to call you anything? Like, do you have like a nickname or something? Or
Yeah, I feel weird calling you Nerves of Demon Tear.
like, do you have any kind of like name you want us to call you by?
Like an alias that is easy to speak.
Yeah, because told you.
James. Call me Ryan.
Hey, Ryan. There you go.
All right. All right. Cool.
So what's your big beef with Nerve Girl, Ryan?
What is there not to have a beef with? He's out here, trying to get people to off themselves.
I don't.
I'll have to just let you know. I apologize. I didn't get to start this until it was a few minutes into it. So this I missed the first 15 minutes or so.
think that's his goal.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
with all the derogatory names he calls people, and he, basically puts down their name and tries to dehumanize them every day. That's not what he's trying to do. He's not some kind of like sick sociopath.
I'm not a mental health professional, so I can't tell you that.
Sociopath. You don't think he's trying to put people down?
Oh, I'm sure he does that. I think he gets upset when people spread a lot of misinformation, disinformation, that kind of thing. You can tell
Well,
that
his whole
bothers him.
channel is misinformation. He's just one of these, scientism believers. And he just
Scientism?
pushes whatever. Yeah, he just pushes whatever the dumb box says.
You mean
So
like
yeah, he's pretty
peer-reviewed
much
studies and stuff?
See, I told you were one of the defenders of Nerve Gorilla. There you go. You're giving
Oh,
yourself.
I'm talking about peer-reviewed studies. Okay, you understand what that is?
See, you have to remember they all use the same script, right? Ed's just a copycat from River Gorilla. That's all he is. My brother Ed, by the way, Jesus Christ. His name's Ed, but he likes to be called Spread Cheeks. Okay, so remember that. For anybody who doesn't know this already, anytime you see Jesus Christ, my brother, Lord Jesus Christian, anywhere on YouTube, make sure you let him know, call him by his real name, Spread Cheeks. That's what he likes, okay? Don't forget that.
Oh yeah, why don't you tell me more about Carl Sagan and his fucking the guy that he groomed, that Neil deGrasse or Ass Tyson.
So you don't like physics, astrophysics?
See, that's all they
Well,
do is
just storytelling.
twist shit around, right?
I mean, the stuff you're talking about with billions of years and light years and all these CGI images, yeah, it's just all
Yeah, it's interesting,
storytelling.
but it's benign, right? So if it's just storytelling about the stars, it's pretty benign, correct?
Well, no, it's because it forms a false world
Any,
view that feeds into different lies that
any
he pushes.
different
Where,
than having religion?
what?
Is it any different than religion?
I mean, it is religion. That's what scientism is. It's just
Yeah.
storytelling.
You have to excuse my brother. He's not very smart.
Well, that's like the stars and stuff like that isn't the only thing that there is to science.
I got a question.
Well,
Are you
he's not
Christian?
using the natural scientific method. He's pushing Carl Sagan and all this other, these other.
He
grand
just
lies.
enjoys a little Carl Sagan. What the hell's wrong with that?
He said Neil deGrasse Tyson is a fucking reputable source.
See, there you can see I'm in the chat at this point. I said ask him about the Spread Cheek story. Nobody ever does ask him about the Spread Cheek story, so make sure if you see Jesus Christ, you ask him about that story.
Of information.
I never heard him say that,
Yeah.
but whatever.
Yeah,
let me ask you something. Are you a Christian?
No.
No, you don't believe in
guess
God.
not. No.
You're not really religious or anything.
Nah.
Okay, just checking, because I might say things that will offend Christians.
Or Lord Jesus Christian.
Because John's not a Christian, is he? Or is he a devil worshiper?
I don't know if he's Christian or not.
I don't think he is. I don't think he even believes in God.
I'm an agnostic, just for the record. Agnostic meaning I believe there's a higher power, but I don't believe in any religion.
No, like sometimes he would mention God and stuff like that, but I don't know. I've never known him to go to church or anything.
Interesting. The plot thickens.
Yeah, but I can tell you're pretty much one of these guys that is against the people making content about their experiences with the so-called targeting.
I don't like to see people pushing misinformation, accusing people of things that
misinformation. like the
What I'm
dumb box
saying is,
misinformation campaign of the last
I don't
couple of
like.
years. I mean, have you not seen what's going on in the world since 2020 and how much?
It's funny that Ed would say that because it's real simple. I didn't know what gang stalking was until they started doing it to me. It was after they were doing this weird, really weird shit. It was so weird that I actually looked it up specifically, like the specific tactics. It was like so weird to me. I was like, these people are doing the weirdest stuff. This I gotta look this up, you know. I looked it up and I came across the term, gang stalking and targeted individuals. That's how I learned about this. So my brother will claim, he don't think I'm targeted and all that, right? But how do you explain whenever I'm experiencing all of this shit, all of this, right? And then I had to go looking it up to find out what to even call it because it was so weird. So I wasn't online. I wasn't on YouTube. That was all after. That became YouTube. My YouTube channel and everything is a product of the gang stalking. That's why I'm here. They created a damn monster is what they did.
Bullshit was pushed out by the dumb
Sure.
box.
The dumb box,
Oh,
like
but you
TV,
know
you
the
mean?
misinformation, like the misinformation about, that all those rights that were, that they tried to take away from us and then inject people with an
What rights?
experimental concoction.
Now let's see, what is Donovan trying to highlight here? He's trying to highlight this. This says chief handler is somebody. I don't even know. Is it something coward liar? I don't know whose channel this is. Is that Toby's? I'm not sure. But the person says, this is why no one likes you, Donovan. You've lost your mind. You think I'm trying to get you killed or swatted? Laugh my ass off. Chief hasn't done anything but lost his mind in my comments, commenting on everything that has to do with Andrew Mulgreen. You literally bully Patton because you're a Satanist and worthless, bro. You're a grown man that loves gossip and drama. Laugh my fucking ass off. Do you even have a job? Also, is Nerves a Demon Terror? Video Nerve Gorilla never calls Chief Handler a psychopath. So he tries to highlight this, but nobody actually paid much of attention to it.
I mean,
What
what are you
rights?
even talking?
What rights were you talking about? People were taken away?
You don't remember? Oh, you don't remember 2020?
It's them ones, Ed,
Sure.
those constitutionally protected rights, those ones, like your basic liberties and freedoms, those rights, just those little rights. That's one. That's all.
So what rights were taken away in 2020?
We didn't
Well, they gave
experience
all
it
these
here.
retarded codes and ordinance to tell people to stay at home, and I don't know. I'm not going to really answer too many of your questions though, because I can see where you're going with this. You're just
That's
trying to intentionally, like,
Asking-
you're eventually just going to
John's
try
in
to
the
play
chat.
devil's advocate. You're like, well, they didn't really take away rights. They didn't really take away rights and freedoms, or try
Well,
to.
I'm just asking you what ones that what rights did they take away that bothered you?
Oh, well, I mean, there's only like dozens and dozens of things they did, right? Like the mask ordinances and then the stay-at-home orders and all that nonsense.
You wouldn't have went to
I mean,
jail if you
it's still
didn't
on.
comply.
Now that's bullshit. See, we didn't have to deal with it here in my area, but there are states, entire states, where you absolutely would have went to jail if you didn't comply. People did get arrested for not complying.
There's lots of people that didn't comply and didn't.
But also in the First Amendment, there's 5 different aspects of the First Amendment, right? Of the Constitution. My brother wouldn't know what they are. So it doesn't matter if they take those rights from him. He doesn't even know what his rights are. So, people that don't know their rights, it doesn't matter to them. Take their rights because they don't even know what their rights are, right? But what if you need those rights and then you need to use those rights? And then that's when it directly affects you. That's whenever somebody else says, well, that ain't right. It's my right, my freedom of speech, right? What about going to church? My freedom to assemble, you know? Or how about freedom of press? Your freedom to report the press and report the news, right? The freedom to record people in public, right? there's no expectation of privacy in public. You have the right to be free to record in public. It's a constitutionally protected activity. And then you also have the right to practice whatever religion that you'd like, right? Without fear of persecution. You have the freedom of speech. So I don't know if I said that one, but you have, oh yeah, the freedom to petition your government, to call a cop a pig, a big fat fucking piece of shit faggot fucker, without getting, without the fear of persecution. So that goes right hand in hand with freedom of speech, but you have the freedom to petition your government as well. So what do you got? Speech, right? Freedom to petition your government, freedom of press, freedom to assemble, freedom of religion, right? But all those rights, whenever they take those rights away, my brother doesn't know what those rights are, so he won't even know if they take them away, right? He won't know that he lost his rights when he tries to go hang out somewhere with his buddies and they say, no, you're not allowed because we said so, because of a fake pandemic, right? Right, Ed? You understand now? Do you understand the importance of it?
Go to jail for that. So they didn't lose their rights.
Oh, they did. Yeah, see,
See, I told you, I knew exactly what you're gonna do. You're one of these retards that
yep.
is out here trying to put down the good name of people who are documenting their experiences in the world, and then you're a defender of Nerve Gorilla. I said this from the start. I'm not here to fucking waste my time trying to argue with you about, oh, it wasn't a big deal what they did in 2020 and 2021 when they pushed when they gassed the entire world.
Hold on.
Yeah, when they gassed.
He's more like a Nerve Gorilla wannabe. He tries to be Nerve Gorilla.
Put the entire world into wearing masks and taking experimental concoctions. Yeah, dude.
Hey, you're still here, man, right?
I am.
All right? Is everything cool with you?
You know who's not? There's a lot of fucking people that aren't here today because of that, Ed. Don't you care about, you don't care about that, right?
Yeah, but you're trying to make excuses
now because of it?
Hold on.
Yeah, you're one of these guys that's making the excuses, though. And I've seen you, specifically, I've seen you in Nerve's comment section denigrating TIs. All TIs, pretty much.
Hold on.
All of them.
Look at what Patton's saying. He's calling you an online paid troll.
Online paid troll.
Are you getting paid? Yes or no?
I wish I was getting paid to be online.
All right, so let's debunk Patton once and for all. This is the Patton debunking stream. That's what this is all about. This is about debunking Patton's lies and his gang stalking ways.
Yeah, so if there was a way for me to do that, I'd fucking go for it, man.
So the truth comes out, your intentions, your actions kind of give away your intentions, right? So the point of this stream is now to debunk what I claim, right? Well, I just speculate. That's all I'm doing. I'm speculating when I can't figure out what your purpose is or what the hell you're doing. Nothing makes any sense. All I can do is speculate, like I said, confidential informants get paid somehow, don't they? How am I supposed to debunk that? Do they report their pay? How's that work?
What do you think of Patton, Mr. Nerve is a demon terror? What do you think of John Patton? Is he real or is he fake? Does he seem real to you?
I mean, I really haven't even watched too many of his videos, but I made a video about him because it seemed like Nerve had some sort of obsession with responding to his content for some reason. So that's all I've really noticed. And I haven't really kept up with his channel. I mean, it seems like he has a lot of these like sadistic, psychopathic trolls that really like to kick people when they're down. So I have noticed that. I mean, it seems like they kind of try to lump him in the category of lolcat, which is just what a bunch of these like complete sadists do.
Now, I don't use the labels. I think the labels is just retarded. The labels are just, that's how anybody who uses these labels, okay? Now, I will say this. If you use these labels and try to put labels on people without like even like evidence of it, and you just slap a label on them, that is controlled opposition. You are being controlled opposition, whether you realize it or not, whether you like it or not, and whether you even, want to be controlled opposition or not. When you smack a label on somebody, you're just dividing people. You're helping people to judge people without even getting to know them, without hearing all the evidence, without, you just that label blinds you.
when they like, they try to like, oh my god, he looks funny, he acts funny, and he's
I mean,
not conforming to social norms. And yeah, that's what I.
but I appreciate what you're saying. Nerves of Shield. I wish you'd use a different regular name. Quit changing your name. I mean, I have speculations about you as well because they bring these people into the community to come together, right? Like this, like on a stream. Donovan, my brother, this guy, and to create the chaos, right? That's and wouldn't somebody who's fake, who's coming to create the chaos, wouldn't they call a real person fake? Like try to make a video claiming that somebody's, a fake beef. I mean, it just makes sense, right? That's all they do is mirror people. They just kind of telling themselves, but they blame you for it.
I've noticed about some of these people, especially like this guy Jesus and Nerve and
Jesus?
all these other
Jesus.
people. Like, oh my god,
What do you call him? Jesus.
Um,
See, that's
I
another
like that
one.
name, Jesus. That's good.
That's another thing I didn't understand about this guy here. This guy on the bottom, he he doesn't even know half of the deal with the TI community. He just like showed up here one day. He doesn't even know half of what's going on, but he's gonna make videos and make opinions on all of it. That doesn't make any sense. Wouldn't you fear looking like an idiot? I mean, that would keep most people from making a video about it. But I mean, if you have some other reason why you're doing it, like I don't know, maybe you're getting paid or something, then I get it. But other than that, it doesn't make any sense.
well, this is what Patton, Patton has a serious. He's got a. He keeps calling me a paid federal perp, and I'm not. That's what it makes me want to slap him around.
Okay, so for the
Well, he
record,
accuses a lot of people of being.
now it's really obvious here. We're getting to the meat and potatoes. It's really obvious that Donovan does not like it whenever I speculate that he's a paid federal perp, right? He doesn't like that. Why do these people get so triggered whenever I'm just speculating, but I'm speculating to what is their motive? Why are they doing what they do? I know I already have proof on my channel. There's a video that shows the damn PowerPoint presentation they use to train these paid federal perps. He doesn't want to show you that though. So why is that? So all I do is ask the right questions. It's not hard for anybody to see what the truth is.
made a
Federal
video.
perps that aren't.
Yeah, it's a
I made a
ridiculous.
video. I took down a video I made on him because I probably just rushed to conclusions. But
Or because I made a video after that and it kind of did make you look like an idiot. So I get it if that's why you took it down, but maybe say less until you know more. Maybe don't upload a video when you didn't do your research, you're ignorant, and you only know half of the fucking shit you're talking about anyway. Maybe try that.
I don't know what would make him level such a claim like that.
His obsession with Sharon Hensley.
Sure,
He's been
see.
stalking this lady named Sharon Hensley for years now.
And then Donovan makes up these
Who has?
lies. See,
John.
my brother doesn't even he even finds that one surprising because he watches everything I fucking do. So since my brother knows and watches everything I fucking do, when he hears this from Donovan, he's actually surprised. He's like, wait, who? Because he's never heard that name either. Because I didn't even know who that fucking person was until Donovan pointed it out. I just knew her as hippie chick, and I told Will how Donovan was running his mouth about him one time. That's it. That's it. And he's still harping on that shit.
I've
I've
never
never even
heard
heard
that.
his name before.
See, watch.
She's watching now. She's a paid federal perp.
Now that right there, that stream, right? It just happened to be a stream after TI News had a stream, and I went over, and he went over, everybody went over, and I was new to YouTube. I jumped on a stream. I had no idea who these people are or what they were doing. I knew Will. That's it. But this is where I told Will the about Donovan and hippie chick making up shit about Will, right? Or whatever, if it was made up or not. I don't know. I was just telling him what you said, Donovan. That's it. And Donovan got mad. And this is the clip. He clipped it, way back when he clipped it. And I was clearly speculating right then when I said, because she's a paid federal perp, right? Or she's a paid federal perp, right? Really, I don't know if she's paid. Okay. And that's what Will said, because we don't have the evidence. How are we supposed to know if you guys are getting paid? Do you report it in your taxes? Is there somewhere we can look it up? How do confidential informants and narcs, get paid? How does one find out about that money that they get paid? Because they do get paid. We know that.
Really? Well, here she's watching now. Here she's a paid federal perp. Really?
Yeah, he thinks that Sharon's out to get him.
No, I
I
don't.
don't even know who that is, so I can't really say
Yeah.
much.
I've
Don't
never
even-
even heard John say that person's name.
Yeah.
Yeah, is there a lady named Sharon Hensley in Patton? That's
I
out to get
think
Patton?
maybe what he's talking about,
That's out to get him.
there is a Sharon in Patton that is part of the gang stalking and is part of this, but it's not Sharon Hensley. It's Sharon Redbaum. Sharon Redbaum. She's involved with like town council, and she's the one that made the chief of police um, made him arrest me after she was mad because I was free to go and I passed the field sobriety and I passed the breathalyzer test. Then I was free to go, and she started bitching. What? You're not arresting him? You're not arresting him? So that's Sharon Redbaum. Okay, that's what you're confused with, Donovan.
See, look, he's
Yeah, no,
accusing.
I don't know. I don't know any Sharon Hensley. I've never heard the name.
Huh.
Me neither. Huh?
But
Well,
see,
just for the
you've already admitted, Jesus, that you're in support of the scientism cult, right? You're basically a religious nut job. It's ironic that you're making fun of people that are into like Jesus and Christianity and that stuff when you're fucking complete
hold on. Well,
He's an
knocked out nut
atheist.
job religious.
okay. Hold on a sec. You said that you're not a Christian, though. What about this? Jesus, are you a Christian?
No.
He's an atheist. He doesn't believe in God or anything at all. He's made that clear. Well, years ago, that was his stance anyway. I'd imagine it's still the same, and that's why he uses the Jesus Christ as his account, as a sock account. It's like a big fucking smack in the face to any Christians. It's because the whole point is for them to come on and cause chaos. So what would cause more people to get triggered and cause chaos against Christians than somebody with their name as Jesus Christ, right? I mean, it's not it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. But my brother knows about this stuff and has been involved in this stuff. Like somebody who doesn't know about this stuff, it takes a lot to understand it all and to even understand like the tactics and what everybody does. My brother, however, when I went to him, I suspected him. So I went to him and I mentioned gang stalking. He couldn't get away faster, right? The very next time I try to talk to him, he's standing outside of his house. It ended up in the Patton Karen result where he starts filming me, flipping out and screaming, "Stop harassing me," while I'm standing on a public street. And he tries to say that the cop made me leave, and that's absolutely not the case. The cop said, "Well, I can't do anything to you. I can't charge you with harassment because you're on a public street." He just tries to say that the cop made me leave. I chose to leave. I didn't want to cause any problems anyway. I was just going there to talk to my brother. And whenever he did all that and he flipped out, he told on himself. He actually told the cop that his issue was that I make YouTube videos. I never mentioned it at all about YouTube videos. I just suspected my brother being involved. So that's what I would do. I would not be careful what I told people, and I would go try to confront them and talk to them. And then they would expose themselves like this. This is exactly what my brother did. I have it on video where he admits it that I make YouTube videos. He admits that that was his issue with it, right? So it confirmed my suspicions that he was already watching me, watching everything I do because he was the one involved in the gang stalking. Because he was mad that I foiled his plan whenever him and his old lady tried to take my dad's house from them.
No. Okay. So he's just make.
But he is a religious nut job
How about religious nut job?
because you defer to this false authority that just has a bunch of storytelling.
Hold
Like
on,
the
look, hold on, look.
authorities and the government
Hold
and
on, look.
NASA and so on. So
Look, Patton's lying
the
again. He's
medical
accusing me.
industry, right?
No. Hold on. Look what he's saying. He's saying that's why he's
Donovan's paid.
prove it, motherfucker.
Do you get paid in Applebee's gift cards?
Shit, I'm fucking broke. I ain't got no fuck.
I literally used the word speculate in the comment, and he's like, "Look, Patton's lying again." And he calls me John Patton. All of my perps all called me John Patton because my brother made a fake fucking Facebook page called John Patton, that he used to spread around and spread his Patton Perps videos and make fun of me. This is all everybody that was involved. They always slip up and call me John Patton. Abe did it. Donovan did it. Several people were calling me John Patton.
The money I spent it all on bills. What? Why does this guy think I'm getting paid to make fun of him, laugh at him?
It's not real funny though. It doesn't
I
make
don't even have a
sense.
monetized channel. Do you see any fucking Cash App on here, John?
So what the fuck's that
I
mean?
don't even have 1,000 subscribers. You need 1,000 subscribers before you can get monetized. You know
Yeah,
that, but
but is that how you get paid from the cops?
he doesn't know that. Instead he just says dumb shit like this, and fucking everybody believes him. He's got 400 subs now.
No, they don't believe. They don't believe me. They just see. They see it how I see it. They just. I call it how I see it. They see the truth. That's it. I'm not going around trying to convince everybody of it. I just present things from my point of view, how I see it. I don't go around trying to make up lies about people and trying to convince people of anything that's not true. That's bullshit, and you know it.
Because I want you to know what it feels like when you make up lies about me, John.
Believe me, I
Get your
know.
fucking ass up here. I'm gonna slap you around,
And let's also
or
go
else
back.
I'm gonna cow you up.
Let's go back and let's look at how this started, right? How did this start? This started because Donovan was making up lies about me. Okay, so then I would, after about every 20 videos Donovan would do, or after every 20 posts Donovan would make about me, saying something stupid about me, I might make one video just showing the truth, showing Donovan, showing like me asking Donovan why he's doing what he's doing. What did I ever do to you? Like, what's your problem? And he could never answer the questions. And whenever I went to put out my brother's information because he was the one, he was Jesus Christ. He tried to call me crazy for a year and a half. Tell me, get help. I'm not your brother. Then he comes out and obviously I exposed him enough. And then he admits that that's him. This is him right here, Jesus Christ. But then nobody says anything. It's just like it's nothing because most of the people that I'm interacting with on here, right, are the fake fucking people, right? They control the flow of information. They control who everybody interacts with, and they insert their own. I'm gonna call them confidential informants or narcs, people that got in trouble, and they're working for the man or for the cops for one reason or another because they have some dirt on them. So these people they all give them somebody to go to, and they head to that person, and then they all work on that one person, try to become their buddy and try to do all this, and then they turn around. Donovan's just not very good at it. He's not very good at all. He makes it very clear to anybody looking that he's obviously not genuine. His purpose is to discredit real TIs. That they'll claim, oh, Chief Handler only trolls real TIs. Oh, okay, that's nice. He comments on my shit all the time. I just ignore it. That's all. So he doesn't really comment near as much as he does to other people because I don't respond to it. Don't you get it?
Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
that
Patton, where's the
extraordinary.
evidence at? Where's the receipts, Patton? Where's the receipts?
They're on my channel. All you
Fucking
got to
ain't
do
got
is
no
look.
receipts.
All you got to do is look at my channel. They're all over my channel.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
The
You
thing
won't
is,
even.
That's what I
I'm making
thought.
a few videos now about that bullshit story involving that guy that
Yeah, that's what I thought, man. Hold me back. Hold me back. That's what I thought. Fucking narc.
was named Myron. See, I'm sure you
I've never heard of
definitely
that.
trust me.
I've actually never even
What?
heard of that.
And these people never heard of Myron May.
Certainly, I thought Donovan would have heard of it. It being one of the, it was like after Newtown, Connecticut, blah blah blah. Like a couple years later, this is one of the initial anchor stories that they came out with to discredit TIs and create a narrative of mental illness and the garbage government talking points that Nerve Gorilla uses, such as schizophrenia, and yeah, it was all bullshit. And I'm gonna go through the rest of the videos that you can find on YouTube just by typing his name, and then I'm just gonna point out the obvious flaws in the story and the coding and all that. But yeah, that's one of like Nerve Gorilla, one of the main instances that Nerve Gorilla uses to cite mental illness within the community of TIs. That guy, Myron May, pardon me, I don't really want to say his full name. Myron.
Yeah, I never heard of that. I never heard anything about that. I never saw it in the news or nothing.
Oh yeah, I mean it's going to be one of the stories that the authorities always go to and say like, oh well, look, of course they're mentally ill. Look, Myron. Look what Myron did.
Yeah.
It was a obvious psychological operation.
Now that's crazy to me. That's hard to
What do you
believe
guys
that
say to that? Is
it's hard to believe that these people have never heard of Myra May before. That's crazy to me. And then Donovan types in his own chat. John Hoper's in love with me, but got mad because I rejected him. They're like children, dude. They're like little fucking kids. Seriously, it's sad and pathetic.
Oh, you read? Sorry, I don't mean to
I
interrupt you,
mean,
but I mean, I haven't even researched it yet. I just,
well,
you know,
Jesus has researched it, I'm sure, because he's one of the debunkers.
The
he's a
debunkers. When you say that, I'm thinking of just like a bunker full of D's.
Well, I mean, it was one of the main story. It was one of the first stories, like I said, that was used to gaslight the general population and
Yeah,
expose
I
them
never
to
heard
this
of it.
the topic. What?
I'd never heard of it until now, until you just mentioned it. Maybe I'll have to look into it.
okay.
Yeah.
Let's just move on to the next subject, okay? Because there's another question that I had. I wanted to ask you your opinion about Oh shit! Look, he's getting mad. And then you use my real name, suggesting that you are just trying to discredit me. We're not trying to discredit you, John Colfer.
All right, hold on. Before we move on to the next subject, there, I wanted to address that subject because my brother, I seem to remember you admitting that you used to go online and you used to fact check people. I distinctly remember you admitting to going online and fact checking people. How can you fact check people if you don't even know half of the shit, right? And why would you fact check people? And if you did fact check people, don't you think that you would be, I don't know, informed about a lot of this stuff, especially the controversial stories that that people try to fact check, like Myra May, like the what was the one that he was just mentioned about the school, right? That what's his name tried to say that didn't happen, that people made up the kids or whatever. But the point is, it's hard for me to understand, Ed, how you've never heard of Ray Epps, you've never heard of Myra May, and yet you're discrediting. You're trying to say that gang stalking isn't happening. You're trying to say that it's misinformation instead of just doing more research. You're trying to understand what you guys are talking about. You're going to call them crazy, and you're going to say that they're spreading disinformation, and you've never heard of Myron May. That's just blows my mind, man. That blows my mind.
Johnny Huffman. But he won't get on the panel.
No,
That's all right. You don't have to,
no, I don't have
But
to. I
just
can just
do
do
me a
it.
favor, John.
I'll just do it this way. How about that, Donovan? You know, so I can join the conversation, and I don't have to be afraid of your link, right? I don't have to be click on your link. You know, I don't have to. I can respond to what I want to respond to. I can defend myself whenever you try to spread the lies about me and everything else, and I can show receipts. I'm new at this, so I'm not going to be able to show too many receipts on this stream itself. But plan on lots of live streams coming up to where I show all kinds of receipts, especially about my brother, because he tries to claim that one time I caught him behind my alley. Oh yeah, he just came with his buddies after. Well, you'll see, it's coming up here.
I took
It's
this is
not
what,
Gypsy.
yeah, yeah. Don't worry, bro. You ain't gonna get hacked on here.
He's afraid to click the link.
Yeah, but I don't want to click on your hacker link. I don't trust suspicious links. Oh, be nice to John. Yeah, I know he's sensitive. Is John? Did John get bullied a lot when he was a kid? or was he doing the bullying?
He had a big mouth on him, and so he would get bullied for that. Yeah. So,
Really? That's news to me. You mean I would get bullied? That's funny. I don't ever remember that happening. I don't ever remember getting bullied by anybody in school. Um, but as far as the big mouth thing goes, um, getting me in trouble or whatever, I seem to remember you wouldn't shut your mouth. And I told you, to shut your mouth or I'd knock your teeth out about 10 fucking times in a row. You still wouldn't shut your mouth, right? And then what happened? And then after that, since you were so butthurt about it, it makes perfect sense now, right? You were playing the bongos at the pub, and I come down there, and it was the strangest thing. I was minding my own business, but yet I had these people that were kept wanting to try to pick fights with me for no reason at all. Then my brother decides he's going to grab me and he's going to create this scenario and say, "Anywhere you go, you start fights," he says, right? And I literally didn't do anything to anybody at all. Not at all. Nothing. And he tries to grab my arm to carry me out, right? He's going to drag me out. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? I would have, if it were you, I would have had your back in a heartbeat, without asking any questions, you know, being my brother. And he said, I don't even know what you guys were fighting about, right? This is as he's trying to kick me out of the bar, all right? So that really got to me. And it just made me realize, okay, so you don't even know what the issue is, and you're going to choose sides, and you're going to choose go against your brother. That's not normal. That's not right. That doesn't make any sense. So it's clearly spite. It's clearly spite and envy and jealousy and all that combined. So he didn't care what the deal was. He was probably involved in starting the fight to begin with, and you know creating the whole fucking scenario, right? And then wouldn't you know? So I got mad when he said about that, and I walked right up and gave him a black eye. And this is after we were in the parking lot, right? When he said he didn't even know what we were fighting about, didn't matter to him. I walked up and I gave him a black eye for it, so he would remember. It was right before Christmas, but that was not. I wasn't being a bully to Ed. I was just showing him, how that made me feel. So how'd that feel, Ed? You remember how that felt, right? Do you remember when you used to try to make fun of me and say that my teeth were falling out? What happened to yours?
sometimes.
Want to know a piece of targeting that I felt? And I saw back here, but it wasn't just one lighter. It had its entire right side of the bulb. Like entire like encasing in the bulb was just completely removed from the car altogether. What do you think about that?
About how it lights up. I think there's a scientific explanation to that. You could probably Google it.
I didn't realize I was muted the whole time. But the point was, Ed was talking about Googling something. He just wanted to Google. He just tells him, just Google it. Just Google it. I'm sure you could just Google it, right? Well, whenever we were talking about Myra or about Ray Epps, in Mix My Matches stream, he wouldn't just Google the information. I told him just Google it. He said no. He wanted to know my source of information, my specific source of information, which was weird to me. But if he was a paid federal perp, if he was a paid fact checker, right? They needed to find these sources of information so they knew where to go and label what to label as disinformation, right? The fact checkers would go and they would label certain things as disinformation, conservative, more right leaning articles or pieces of information. That's what they would do. And that's not a secret. Everybody knows this. And my brother admits to being a fact checker, right? He was a fact checker. And he went around and he pissed a whole bunch of Trump supporters off in town. And it didn't make sense to me why he would go to their channels and piss people off on purpose. Then he would bring up stuff about their past, and he would bring up stuff like drugs and stuff like that to try to discredit them. This is exactly what he would do. Uh, like specifically, like for example, Chris Ungalai wanted to pound his face in, and I remember that's why he wouldn't come out to the bar anymore, because the last time I tried to defend him at the vets one night a few years ago, when Chris wanted to pound his face in, I didn't know what the issue was. I had no idea, but I didn't ask. I just was going to be there to support my brother, either way, despite the shit we've been through in the past. But then whenever did ask and I did inquire what the issue was, and I come to find out that Ed was making fun of him online, right? He was doing shit to him online. And this person is not the type to play games. He wasn't going to play games, which I don't play games either. So this person wanted to punch his face in. He was going to totally teach him a lesson, and he wasn't going to get away without getting his face beat in. But what happened? He ended up sneaking out the back door. Whenever there was enough distraction, he snuck out the back door because he's a fucking coward. And now he don't come out to the bars in Patton anymore because he knows that he'll get his face beat in. That's the truth there. And I'd love to hear you debunk that, Ed.
I can't hear you. It's you're jizzing out.
Asking how you think they could get away.
Kind of like you jizzed out when we were at Murdoch's that one night, right? And you got caught in a dark room with no lights on after you were told not to go upstairs. You were caught in a room where Murdoch's girlfriend was passed out drunk. And whenever he turned the lights on and saw you sitting next to the bed where she was sleeping, you just got up and walked right out the door. Didn't say a word to anybody. Several witnesses saw you do that, Ed. The next day you woke up and said that you thought Nitty roofied you. You went around trying to claim that Eric Nitty slipped you a roofie, which is just absolutely hilarious bullshit. It was obvious that you got caught being a creep, trying to touch on someone when they were passed out drunk. Your friend's girlfriend, but to that. And it didn't make any sense. Like, why would somebody act like that in front of other people if they can't even control themselves when there's other people in the house? It's not like he had an opportunity that he could have got away with. No, it was a bunch of us in the house at the same time. I don't know how he ever thought that was gonna go down, but he did it. And then when he was ashamed, he just walked right out the door, didn't say a word to anybody. And then I'm sure you've never talked to those people since then, have you, Ed? Probably not. But there's witnesses to it, and it's funny, the stupidest. You don't even make up good lies. Claim that Nitty tried to roofie you. That anybody knows Nitty. That's hilarious, dude. Nitty's not going to waste a roofie on you. Come on now.
Away with that because if you permanently remove the fixture or the light bulb altogether, like how do they drive around without, or why would you, first of all, why would you do that in the first place? I mean, it makes it harder to see in general, and secondly, you're going to get pulled over.
I missed a big chunk of what you said. Are you talking about people that drive around with one headlight?
No, I said he removed the bulb altogether. He removed the fixture.
Who did?
That was the video I played when I first started the show.
Oh, yeah.
No. I've recorded one over the weekend, and I see that, all the time. Not just the fact that the light bulb is busted out and burnt out or whatever, but actually they removed the entire you know,
Yeah,
the
I
show.
probably would too
Yeah.
if I was gonna take it in to see which part I was needed to get. I'd just bring in the part. That's probably what they're doing.
You want to watch the free video that John made me for free?
But you don't think it's possible that they're just a paid gang stalker?
I think that is so unlikely that there's very little chance.
All right, but the
So unlikely. So unlikely. That's funny, Ed. So unlikely. I don't have just one video of you gang stalking me. I have several videos of you gang stalking me, and several videos of other people doing things that are undeniable that you can't deny, and nobody wants to like show those. Why don't you show those videos?
large number of people, that actors that take involved in these psychological operations every day on the dumb box, right?
Yep.
I think
So
if
why is
you were
that so
important
hard to
enough,
believe
you
that
might
they
be
would
gang stopped.
So why would
I
it?
think
Why
there's a
would this?
chance.
All right. Why would they not just hire some of these like illegals to do it?
Illegals to do what?
That I don't even understand that question. That's just kind of seems like a stupid question.
Follow people around and
Who
take
is,
orders.
who is they? First of all,
Oh, the government.
the government. Just they got
The
plenty of
banks?
just time on their hands and extra money to just deal with that. They got no other
They absolutely do.
thing important, more
Yeah, they
important
have
things
a
to worry about.
They have a money printing machine. Have you ever heard of that?
A money printing machine. That's magic.
You know how that works? You know how a government that can like basically rig every market price in the world by artificially inflating the currency and determining the interest rate, and they can just print off endless money or just type it out into existence.
Yep, money machine go. Brrrr.
All right, let's move on to the next subject. Let's talk about Patton.
Hey, Virginia's here. Hi, Virginia.
It says
Well, there's the lady that gives every excuse in the world to Nerve Girl until like 3 days ago.
okay, well let's talk about Virginia, shall we?
Virginia's a nice lady. Be nice to her.
Yeah, let's be nice to Virginia.
He's just a sociopath that tries to run people into the ground until they end up, wanting to probably neck themselves. But he's got good character, right?
What do you think of Virginia, Mr.
Well,
Ryan?
well, that's see. I do the same. I try to give everybody credit, right? How do you expect anybody to understand each other if we don't give each other the benefit of the doubt or give anybody any credit at all? And I'm not going to lie. I've learned a lot of different things from Nerve Gorilla, so I'm not going to refuse to admit that because I don't like one thing. I don't like his stance on the gang stalking subject. He obviously we have different opinions, differences of opinion there, but I'm not going to try to discredit him as a person and not admit or give him credit where credit's due. That's fucked up, right? That's what the gang stalkers do. Do you want to be just like them? If you act like them, then you're no better than them, right? And High Priestess Comanche in the chat. I don't think you've watched enough of my videos. Um, there are a lot of TIs that are good, decent people that aren't in the victim mentality and they don't go around just trying to fight with each other and shit. It's just a lot of it is hard to see because of all the people that are plants and they come on here and just do that shit. So be careful with the labels. The labels will, it clouds your judgment. It doesn't allow you to make, to make your own judgment on anybody if you automatically put a label on that person, you know. So and yes, targeted individual is a label, but there's a lot of people that need, they need some kind of acknowledgement, that are in the TI community. A lot of good people. So I use it as a descriptive word, but not as a label, right? People that claim to be, stalked and harassed, who people identify as targeted individuals. There's a lot of different people. It's one of the most wide variety of people, nationalities, um, interests that you're ever going to find. And I beg, I I have no problem stating that real TIs probably have more patience than anybody you'll ever meet. So let's continue here.
Well, I was just disappointed because she gives Nerve Gorilla way too many passes, way too many. She tries to see good in him that doesn't exist. He's just this guy that like says, "I'm here to help you because I can show you a link to free movies and downloads and all."
But what you don't understand is by not responding like them, you don't give them what they put out, or you're no better than them. Whenever you try to give them the benefit of the doubt, they expose themselves. That allows them to show their true colors. They don't know how to handle that. They don't know how to deal with that. So that's the answer. You got to kill them with kindness.
This stuff when in reality he's trying to like give every defense to the government he can. It's ridiculous. But yeah, it's just disappointing to see people that claim to be targets or whatever, give any sort of legitimacy to that nut job.
Well, let's have a look at his channel, shall we? Let's see what he's up to now.
See, I don't like just put it right out in front what I'm trying to do. See, in order for me to prove that this happens, right? You have to be able to show people that there's people like this out there that act like this. So I'm not doing it for Nerve, right? I don't interact with Nerve for his benefit. Okay. I do it so that people can see, his true colors, right? So that other people who are just watching this, trying to understand if this is a conspiracy theory, if we're all crazy, or if there's actually any real TIs that are just getting discredited. Whenever you can show everything, let them expose themselves and do this, then normal people looking in on it, instead of just the bullshit that they see, like the Vice documentary and the stupid shit they see, they'll see, how the actual evidence that if they look deep enough, it's hard, but if they look far enough, if they really care to learn the truth, then that's what I hope to provide. Some more of the actual, story instead of the fake manipulated, script that they try to pass.
Oh, did you know that he sent some black lady like all kinds of nasty like troll porn? And then
Yeah,
now,
it's not the first time he's. Yeah.
Tub Girl and the portal pick one.
yeah,
That is hilarious.
and then like
Pretty
YouTube.
disgusting, actually.
Yeah, it's disgusting, but it's funny.
Look what he's complaining
No,
about.
it's actually. No, actually, the part of it that's not funny though is he's trying to bait people into getting their channels deleted. Then he's trying to pretend like he's the good guy that wants to, protect kids online. He's a sick piece of shit.
Well, it sounds to me like you learned that lesson because of Nerve, doesn't it? It sounds like like he's, did he do that to you, Nerve's Demon Terror? And did you click on the link? Right? He does it because some people are just ignorant; they don't know any better, and that's where I give Nerve credit because he does things in a way that forces people to learn and forces people to see the truth. Right? When it smacks them right in the face. And that's one way that sometimes some people, that's the only way they're going to learn. Some people, and a lot of TIs unfortunately are like that. A lot, not all, but a lot. So instead of getting mad at him, you should give him credit for teaching you that, for opening your eyes to that. But you just get mad and you think he's an asshole, right? So that's why you might think it's sucking up the nerve. No, it ain't sucking up the nerve. And I don't give him too many passes. I give credit where credit's due, but I call it how I see it as well.
That's what it looks like to me. It says, I thought YouTube was a Christian website. I guess not, since feces, anuses, and genitals are allowed on here.
Yep. He's not the one that posted
Yeah,
that
and
on
he also
YouTube. That other
claims,
person did.
Well, he's the
yeah,
one
he
that
claims
sent
to
it.
be, yeah, because he's intentionally trying to bait people into making a video about it and then flagging their channel and getting their channel deleted because he's already done that to at least one other uh, target that I know of.
Because
Yeah, well, if you got beef in there, you can take it to him. I'm not his advocate.
but the thing is no
Yeah,
matter
you are.
Well, listen.
You're 100%.
Like I would never do that to somebody though. That's the thing. No matter how much I hated somebody, I would never send them stuff like that over through the email, abusing the interstate communications.
It seems like Donovan, he knows that statute very particularly well, doesn't he? Right? It seems like you're very familiar with that statute, Donovan, and you make a point to say that you would never do that, right? You would never break that particular statute, right? Never, right? Because then that's you're kind of creating evidence to make it look as if you would never do that because you say you would never do that. Well, you know what? My kids, I used to tell them to go brush their teeth, right? And they would come back and I'd say, "Did you brush your teeth?" And they'd hold out their toothbrush and they'd show me their toothbrush. Yeah, look, my toothbrush is wet. See, my toothbrush is wet. And the toothbrush might be wet, but you go in the bathroom and the sinks, there's no the toothpaste wasn't even opened. They didn't brush their teeth. They just wet their damn toothbrush. So you get it? Just because somebody wets their toothbrush doesn't mean they brush their teeth, okay? Sorry, Donovan, doesn't work.
Devices. For example, I don't like Chief Handler, but if I had his email address, I wouldn't do that to him. I wouldn't send him
Right.
stuff
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
not only that Nerve sent it, but he sent it with the intention of getting that person's channel deleted and silencing them.
Yeah, there's a malicious
He didn't
intent.
send it and tell him to post it on YouTube. That person was stupid enough to do it.
With
And that's my brother has a good point there.
the intention. He didn't tell them to do it. It was with the intention. He knows what they're going to do. They're going to get triggered, and then they're going to make a video about it. And he's going to
There's
tell
only
his
one
retarded
person that
fans
knows
like
Nerve's
yourself.
intention, and guess who that is? Hey, there's only one person that knows Nerve's intention, and that's Nerve.
And that's another good point that he has. And that's how this whole program operates plausible deniability. Nobody is going to state their intentions. They're not going to write down their plans for us to find evidence of. Oh, look, we found the smoking gun, proof of gang stalking. It's not like they're going to fucking get together and write an itinerary or an agenda down, They're trained on this shit. I do believe they're trained on this shit, but they don't. They're trained not to leave evidence behind. That's the whole thing. If there's something that they do that would leave evidence behind, they wouldn't do it. It's real simple. So, you don't know somebody's true intentions. That's the whole meaning of state your intentions, because somebody has to state their intentions for you to know, for you to to be able to claim that that's their intentions, right? Now there are ways to prove in a court of law that somebody has intent for this, intent for that. But with gang stalking, it's really hard to prove somebody's intentions because everything they do is designed to have an excuse behind it, designed, so that they can. I was just doing this. What do you mean? I wasn't like my brother Ed. He's an idiot though. He actually claims he admits to gang stalking me as his excuse for what he was doing when I claim he was gang stalking me.
See, you're trying to make any excuse you can possible for him, and I already knew this
Take it
before
to
I
him, is
even
what I'm
began.
telling you. Go get in Jitsi meet with him and talk about it.
Because I've seen the way you communicate in his comments. That's what you are. You're just his slacky or whatever, however that's put. But yeah, you're basically his kiss ass.
Yeah, I agree with that
You're one
one.
of these
I
guys
agree.
I can tell that actually likes to dogpile on the so-called lol cows, right?
Yeah,
You get
because
a kick out of some sort of sadistic kick out of like watching people fail.
because he hates his own life so much, and he can't stand his own life that yes, that gives him satisfaction.
But life.
How would you be able to measure what I know or think? You don't
Based
do
on the
shit.
comments you've left on Nerve's channel.
Yep, and your actions.
That's what you're doing in every comment. You're like, haha, look, this person is failing at life. They're mentally ill.
It's pretty easy to see, Ed.
Did I say that in any comment ever? I dare you to find a spot where I said that.
I'm paraphrasing that. Well, I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but that's effectively what you've been saying.
I have a ton of them. I have so many screenshots of my
Okay,
brother's
well,
comments. It's ridiculous. It shows his
obviously,
intentions.
He's kind of, he doesn't like
Sucks. Sorry, don't try to.
the troll
See,
thing, you know.
see, he's a troll. That's what he. It's what he is. It's what
He's
he
just not.
does.
He doesn't like trolling, I guess. So let's move on to the next subject, shall we? What do you think about conspiracy underground? Is he real or is he fake?
So now we go to another person that Donovan doesn't like, right? So you see what Donovan's intention is here. Obviously, he just goes from one person to the next to the next. His whole intention is to try to create a fucking narrative and get people to, to think somebody is something they're not. So watch what he does to Nerves of Shield. Nerves of Shield doesn't know Conspiracy Underground. So watch the effect that it has here. Watch.
I think he likes
I
to hear
really
himself talk.
haven't.
Have you watched his
I haven't
channel at
really.
all? Man,
He
he's a
seems
guy that.
like. Go on.
Well, he changed his channel name, so we'll look at it. What do you think about all this conspiracy stuff he talks about on here?
I think it's entertaining sometimes.
I mean, do you guys find any truth in that at all? Like, does it match up with any of the stuff that you already know?
It wouldn't be a
What is he?
conspiracy.
What's the?
It wouldn't be called a conspiracy theory if you could say this is truth. Look at this, it's truth. It wouldn't be a conspiracy theory then. It would be proved or debunked.
What
Well,
topics?
he uses gematria. Do you think gematria is real, or is it fake, or is it just Jewish witchcraft and
I'm
mysticism?
having a bad connection.
Well, I mean, you can probably find connections in a lot of. I mean, there are different number codings that you could use to connect almost anything to anything, but they definitely use predominantly, like 9/11, 666, 33. But I mean,
I mean,
there's all these different ciphers and different forms that you can use, and it just gets very convoluted. So it's kind of confusing. But there's definitely some sort of theme they use to these like psyops and stories. Like they're definitely themed and coded, but it's way easier to tell what they're doing. Like years, go back years after the fact, you can kind of like maybe decipher the numbers. I don't know better, but a lot of it is just
because one of the
not a.
things that alarmed me about what he was doing was that he's racist. He's like he really hates Jews, but he's using Jewish stuff like gematria. What do you think of that? Like if he hates Jews that
Oh, I
much,
mean,
he's why is he using their stuff?
I don't know.
Because he used to talk bad on the Jews. Now he knows not to do that because he could get flagged for that. So he just
Is that what he said?
yeah, he got taken down for making all these hating on Jew videos.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he's
What did he
racist.
say?
He's a racist
Yeah.
black guy. He hates white people. He hates everybody. He hates
Well, then screw him. Screw
yeah,
him. He's probably one of those Hebrew Israelites.
See
That's a
that?
piece of shit.
black Hebrew Israelites. What do you think of that stuff?
Now, right there, like I said about the labels, and I mentioned this to you too, High Priestess Comanche, and I hope you don't take that the wrong way. I just recognize how the labels are. It's easy to get caught up in labels and just put labels on everybody. But I feel like anybody that's doing that, whether you know it or not, you're controlled opposition. Whether you know it or not, you're influencing other people to try to do the same thing. And you're just influencing other people to judge people, without you're judging them by their cover. You know what I mean? It doesn't allow you to even give a person a chance whenever you have a label. They have a label on them. So you heard Nerves, the shill or whatever the fuck his name is here. He's like, well, then that guy's a piece of shit. And he's probably this. He's probably an Israel. You know what I mean? He takes one label and then he's already going to attach another label to it. It's crazy to me. I see everybody using these labels, and the labels don't have any actual evidence. They could be true. They could be right. We don't know. Like I, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I do believe in demons and demonic stuff, and I do believe in a higher power and shit like that. But let's face it, we don't have proof and we don't know for sure. So I feel like it's a tool that the powers that be like to use to get us, or whoever the powers that be, whether they're spiritual or physical, they like to use those labels to get us against each other, to pin humans against humans and destroy humanity. divide and conquer. I to me it seems completely obvious, and I just want to try to point that out so other people can maybe recognize their own behavior, or behavior of people close to them that they might not have saw or they might not have seen or noticed before.
There's a lot of I've been seeing a lot of that going around. Like all the like there seems to be this agenda to try to convert all the American black people over to Judaism.
Yeah, some sort of like nut job genocidal like psyop where they're like trying to convince like these brown and black people that the whole milk people are the devils and that they need to get revenge for 400 years of enslavement, and it's just
Yeah,
fucking like really
yeah,
radicalizing them, I would say, to become
yeah,
like more like hate filled, and eventually like if it gets to a certain point where the demographics, I say, and especially America, get to a point where like there's definitely going to be some big. It's basically going to be like America's going to turn into South Africa overnight at some point, and just they're going to like they're just going to like radicalize these people to a really crazy degree, I think, especially because like we're coming up on the end times psyop where they're gonna, like try to be like, oh well, yeah, it's time to rid the world of all these people that oppressed us for all these years. I could just see
yeah.
them definitely, yeah,
Because let me remind
like
everybody that
my,
I just want to remind everybody that we just had a solar eclipse and nothing happened. Can you believe that shit?
yeah, I mean,
These people
I
lied.
didn't think I didn't think anything would happen except maybe they would have a false flag, but I didn't think anything would actually happen, and I didn't even think there would be a false flag, to be honest. I thought it was just,
Yeah, because I got word from another source that said that they were planning a Black Swan event and it didn't go through.
I don't think they
Instead,
were planning anything.
yeah, it was just a bunch of like news stories.
Just chicken feed.
Have you
They
seen?
throw out the feed to the chickens, and all the people that want to attach themselves to that come out and start regurgitating what the dumb box says, and then they're all like, "Oh, it's going to be the end of the world. There's going to be a nuke or something like that." Like just nonsense. They were
Yeah,
basically just repeating yeah, the Antichrist.
have you seen
It was
any
all just
signs?
chicken feed.
The Great Tribulation. Have you seen any great signs of the Great Tribulation down in your?
Now, I will point out, and I'm not afraid if people call me crazy or not. I haven't read the Bible, and I'm not religious, but I've become somewhat spiritual through this whole experience. And I will say that I'm seeing a whole hell of a lot more signs of the tribulation and of the prophecies in the Bible coming true now than I ever would have thought that I would. And if you want to deny them, I'm sorry for you. I feel sorry for you that you can't see these things right in front of your face. It's like extremely obvious to me, and I'm not afraid if somebody calls me crazy. There's absolutely a plan, a divine plan. I don't care who you are. Everything happens for a reason, and everything happens for a reason. And all the bad shit that's ever happened to me didn't happen to me; it happened for me, and it was nothing but a blessing to help me to prepare me for God's what God only God knew was to come, right? Whatever God is, everybody has their own relationship with God. I don't try to push my shit on anybody else, but anybody that tries to say, no, this is the only religion or that's the only religion, I feel bad for them. I feel like they're stuck. Maybe they're the ones being deceived. That everybody needs to keep an open mind because they've used religion historically throughout history over and over and over again to control people. You know, it, that to me again is another one of these obvious things.
Area? Any zombies? Have you seen any zombies yet?
I mean, I've been seeing zombies at least since 2020,
Yeah,
but really, I mean,
me
there've
too.
been zombies my whole life, so nothing new,
Yeah,
nothing
just
new.
vent heads
The
and
same fluoride stairs always.
Yeah, I've seen that. Because water is pretty bad where I live at. So I used to haul my water all the time, but I finally,
Yeah, well, if you want to get good water at the store, they charge too
yep,
much.
yeah, just get it. So, anyways, I was wondering if Patton was going to get up here or not, since his brother bailed, because I
What do you
guess he had
mean?
bad connection. And
I'm up here. What are you talking about, Donovan? This you made this channel or this video private so nobody else can see it. So I made my own here. I'm here. Where are you at, Donovan?
his mic wasn't really coming through. So,
Yeah, I'll say though, I really don't like the chosen ones. The
oh yeah,
chosen ones.
yeah,
Going around.
I wanted to talk.
All right, now let's address the chosen ones thing. I think it's both. I think that there are people that are using it for whatever nefarious reason they want, right? To try to spread a certain narrative or to try to distract people from this or that. But when you research it, when you look, the 144,000, there's something in almost every different religion throughout history and all of theology. If you look, every religion talks about one iteration or another of the 144,000. That isn't something that the CIA made up and is spreading around. That's something that they're just using. That is actual truth. This is what they do. They take truth, they twist it around, and then they use it to distract people. So do your research, look into it. There's a reason that so many people are convinced of it. They know more than I do about it. I don't pretend to know that much about it. I just know I've seen enough to know that there is historical, you know, there is historical standing in 144,000. It's not something they just made up. Yeah,
About that too. I wanted to address.
I do believe, Toby, that the 144,000 is. I believe that back then, whenever Jesus walked the earth, that there was more technology. I believe that throughout history has been suppressed, right? And because that technology has been suppressed, because they continue to use it to this day, and I believe that some of that technology had time travel implications in it because time is just an illusion, and they knew certain things that were going to happen in the future, so that would give them the ability to to write different prophecies and different things in the Bible, right? And I believe most of the information in the Bible is absolutely true and is warnings for us and everything else. But I don't necessarily trust it because it's been allowed to be tampered with and allowed to be, you know, um, tainted. It's allowed to be corrupted. So that's why I refuse to try to settle on just that, because how do you know what's the true and what isn't if 95% of it's true but that other 5% is the most important part of it, and it's the part that they twisted around to deceive you. I don't want to fucking, I don't even want to go there, you know what I mean? So oh, hey, what's up, Tasha just got here, huh? Well, you'll have to use your time travel and go back and watch it. I'm not going to make this private. This is going to stay up on my channel, so you'll be able to watch it again. Let's continue here.
That because that seems to be that's been going around for a while. That started with that Ti News shit, and that's what Patton was pushing. Patton was going around pushing that God's chosen
Well, I mean,
people.
as much as
They sound
it's
like a
not good to be overly cynical and call everybody like a paid informant or a shill, but I'll guarantee you, especially the big channels that are pushing that chosen ones narrative, those are all actors,
and then
Actors, huh?
pretty much.
Patton's calling us controlled opposition. Are we controlled opposition?
You
I
wouldn't
just think
know.
the chosen one thing is a complete bullshit psyop,
Yeah,
and it's mostly like Cult 45,
yeah.
melanated.
In two zigzags, maybe that's all we need. Stop and hit the bong like Cheech and Chong. Smoke that tumbleweed. Sorry, that just popped into my head there. He said, "Oh, he said, what did he say? Something 45? I thought he said Colt 45, right?" But anyway, I wanted to stop it there and point out that I forget what I was going to talk about now. Hold on, let me see.
Individuals that are pushing that.
Drink the malt liquor. The cool. Oh. Well, you're not blocked right now, Patton. So I don't know why you're crying about it
That's
again. You blocked me. You won't answer my question. Why you blocked me? Because I knew you were gonna spam up the chat.
yeah.
I didn't know
If
Chief
they were,
Handler was.
and those
Yeah,
chosen people never document their targeting. It's just all bullshit. Everything they say is basically almost 100% lies.
I know, right? Because none of these motherfuckers even have any evidence on their channels. It's just like
And
why don't
they don't even, they not
Like Donovan. Is that what you're talking about?
not only don't have evidence, but they're all like upbeat and happy. They're like, my brothers and sisters, I love you.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to be fucking negative Nancy all the time.
We're the chosen ones, we're all
yeah,
this and that. Like they're all happy. Like, yeah, we're about to be pretty much raptured up into the sky and be saved, or we're gonna wipe out Esau from the planet because of 400 years of servitude to the Canaanites, or whatever the fuck they're going on about.
So you only live once, is what I always say. Is It's a saying, but anyway, why would you want to live your life and being miserable and in fear and just with anxiety and stress about all these things, and then just be a dick to everybody? Didn't you ever watch A Christmas Carol? You know, with Ebenezer Scrooge, he was a dick. Nobody liked him, right? You got to be more positive. I'm telling you, more positive. The more positive you are, the more positive things happen in your life. I don't care who you are. Mind over matter. It's a real thing. Fucking try it out.
yeah, they sound like a bunch of goddamn fucking Nazis, with their master. They think they're the master fucking race, and they're the only motherfuckers going to heaven, while the rest of us.
See, and there he goes trying to add these other labels and everything. He's trying to attach label after label onto the 144 label already, and it's stuff like that I don't know what his motivation is. Maybe it's demonic. Maybe it's the spiritual warfare aspect of it, and that's why they're trying to, because the 144,000, aren't they supposed to take people with us, to heaven? Aren't we? It doesn't say that we're the only ones that get in. I think doesn't it say that the 144,000 will take the rest of humanity with them to the gates? I don't know. Like I said, I don't pretend to know what I'm talking about, but I do remember hearing something like that about it. I don't know. So what do you have against them? What's it hurt to be their friend there? It doesn't seem like it makes much sense when you want to go against those people. What if they're right? If they're wrong, that doesn't mean that you get in, Donovan. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. These people that attack it and go against it, they could just ignore it. They could simply ignore it, but they don't.
Going to the lake of fire. Well, I hope I burn well. Like I hope.
Well, they don't want to, but they don't want to leave and go to wherever they immigrated from, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They want to
That's yeah.
Where the bad folks go when they die?
Don't go to heaven where the angels fly.
Go to a lake on fire and fry. That's a good
Sing
song.
it again till the 4th of July.
It's the devil's
So,
music.
Jesus, what do you think
It's
about
the-
Chief Handler doxing at least a dozen TIs?
I'm sorry, I can't take that.
Did he really?
I can't take it. Why he keeps calling him Jesus? Like every time I bust out laughing, Jesus. Come on, you've had to have watched it enough to know that his name is not Jesus. You know, there's a lot of little clues in here that make me throw red flags up about Nerves a shill. About him being a real Ti at all. I haven't. I got to check out his channel. I don't know if he has any evidence or not, but he seems pretty naive.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man. It's
That's
like
interesting.
Oh, how could you not know that? All you have to do is click his channel, and then you'll see all the videos. I thought you're
Well,
one of those.
Exactly. If you don't click his channel, then it doesn't bother you, right? Then you don't see any of that crap, and it doesn't bother you. So the people that he has doxed, unfortunately, it's not right, but he does it to get a reaction out of you. He does it to trigger you. It's the whole purpose, and the fact that you guys can't see that, I feel bad for you. Like, you got to be able to see that. It's obvious. If you can't see that, then I don't know if there's any hope for you.
I don't
'Cause he,
follow Chief Handler.
he's a bitch. He's a fucking stalker. I hate that motherfucker. He's been stalking me for
I
fucking
know.
years.
What do you think about that, Jesus?
Jesus.
Man.
I don't follow Chief Handler, so I don't really know a whole lot about him.
Yeah, okay, sure you don't.
He's a fucking stalker, man. Like, hasn't he ever tried to bother
You
you?
mean you mean you don't know one of the most notorious so-called trolls in these circles, huh?
I've seen him around,
So now
but
you've
I
seen
don't
him
know,
around.
and I don't follow.
I think he's crazy. He's fucking crazier than
You haven't
shit.
seen the threats and the doxing.
Yeah, he threatened to fucking kill me.
I think that it doesn't matter what he is because he's fucking anonymous. And as long as he's anonymous and nobody knows who he is, he's nothing. And you guys keep giving him, keep acknowledging him and giving him credit. You keep, you're, you're giving him power that he didn't have before. He doesn't need to have. He's still anonymous. He's nobody.
Like he threatened to kill all kinds of people, not just me,
Yeah.
but a bunch of people.
So did
Yeah,
he.
he's just committing shock value.
Like if you try to talk back with him, you try to smart off with him, he'll fucking threaten you. He'll get mad.
Try
If
ignoring
you
him.
insult
See
him
what-
in any way, he'll threaten you.
Shock value, but at the
Listen, try ignoring him. See how that works out for you. Try it once. I got this curse of being right all the time.
same time, he's collected like a dozen people's addresses, and he's telling them that it's going to be over for him soon. So that's just all shock value, right?
I don't know. I never saw that.
I'm telling you what it is. I'm asking what you think about it.
It's because he's too busy trolling real TIs. That's why he's never bothered to look at Chief Handler's channel because he's part of the fucking good old boy gang.
Yeah, you look at the shit that he does. I'm gonna show you in a minute as soon as I get through Patton here. All right, what's the deal, John? Okay, what do you want me to explain? Well, I don't know what he's talking about. I'm just gonna ignore him.
You see him? Okay, do you see what he did there? He just
Like the
What?
dumb box.
he skipped right over the spread cheeks thing there real fast. I don't know what he's talking about. I'm going to ignore him. But he leaves this up here because he secretly wants to get clicks and views. So he wants somebody to do this, but he knows it's going to piss my brother off. To ask him about the spread cheek story, he knows he wants somebody to bring that up and talk about it. He just doesn't. He wants the clicks and views, but he doesn't want to piss my brother off, you know, because right now he has him on his side. They're both fucking gang stalking online idiots. But you ask him about the spread cheek story. I'm sure Donovan wants to know, or he wouldn't have left that on the screen all this time. Watch.
Thing is,
Misinformation campaign of the last
I don't
couple of
like-
years. I mean, have you not seen what's going on in the world since 2020 and how much bullshit was pushed out by the dumb box?
the dumb box
Oh,
like
but you
TV,
don't
you mean?
like misinformation, like the misinformation about, that all those rights that were, that they tried to take away from us and then inject people with an
What rights?
experimental concoction. I mean,
What
what are you
rights?
even talking
What rights were you talking about? People were taken away?
about? You don't remember? Oh, you don't remember 2020?
Sure. So what rights were taken away in 2020?
Well, they gave all these retarded codes and ordinance to tell people to stay at home. And I don't know. I'm not going to really answer too many of your questions, though, because I can see where you're going with this. You're just trying to intentionally, you're eventually just going to try to prove
Okay, I see what I did. I accidentally rewound this shit. We were way up here. Hold on.
leave and go to wherever they immigrated from, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. I
Where
don't
the
know.
bad folks go when they die?
I think
Don't go to heaven where the angels fly.
I think we're close to where we were.
Go to a lake on fire and fry. That's a good
Sing
song.
it again till the 4th of July.
So, Jesus, what do you think about Chief Handler doxing at least a dozen TIs in the last week or so?
Did he really?
Yeah, it's fucked up, man. It's
That's
like
interesting.
Oh,
as
I
much as
don't. How could you not know that? All you have to do is click his like channel, and then you'll see all the videos. Like, I thought you're
Well,
one
I
of
don't,
those.
I don't
because he,
follow Chief Handler.
he's a bitch. He's a fucked up in a fucking psychiatric hospital. He needs to be committed.
See, and
Well, it's just crazy that
that's the script. That's the whole thing they do to all TIs, right? Make them look crazy and then say they need to get committed. This is what my brother tried to do to my dad. In real life, he tried to do this. He tried to go online and he tried to create this narrative and make it look as if my dad was crazy, right? Losing his mind, putting my brother through hell. And my dad doesn't do technology. He didn't know any of this. He didn't know what was going on. He didn't even see any of it. And somebody else who saw it, they because my dad wouldn't do anything. I didn't do anything. I just gave my dad advice and helped him out because they were gaslighting him so bad. But my dad actually refused to call and report it. So somebody else did because my dad wouldn't do it. I'm not going to say who did it, but somebody else called, not my dad. But my brother seems to, I'm sure he probably won't believe me there anyway. But no, somebody else called, and once they looked into it, they determined and concluded that there was senior abuse taking place, and they issued a PFA against my brother, and then he had to get out, and he didn't like that. When he went in front of the judge, he actually admitted to defending himself with a fucking sword against my dad. And he admitted that he was going to defend himself with a weapon against my dad if he felt threatened. The judge said, "It doesn't work like that, you retard. You can't just go around defending yourself with a deadly weapon against somebody who's owns the home. The homeowner. You can't go threatening homeowners with a deadly weapon." And he shot himself in the foot, and he got himself a 3-year PFA and had to find a new place to live. So he was mad and angry. And it was after that I started getting gang stalked. What do you know? So believe me, my brother is very much more involved than he lets on. If he's on here doing anything, the only thing he's doing is damage control. That's it.
he's basically everything that Nerve Gorilla, tries to fight against on here.
Speak of the devil.
And then, he'll beat around the bush a bunch, but that's basically his that good buddy in these circles.
And I would have been
And Nerve says, okay, I'll give you that, Nerve. Nerve says Masons seem more benign than the average public. I'll agree with you there. It's everybody is involved in the gang stalk, and there's firemen, first responders, police, people that got in trouble, right? I had people in town that were heroin addicts, junkies that were following me around that got in trouble. They were doing it. A lot of people that were already online and they knew how to navigate the internet ahead of time. Seems like they got recruited to do this shit. So, well, then what are you here for, Nerve? Nerve can't handle Patton and his waste of time, but yet he's here.
doing other things with my channel. If it wasn't for that guy, because every time you block him, he just makes a fucking new one. And
But
fucking,
he can't say that this guy is. You can't say this guy is just a troll anymore because he's actually posting many videos now, inciting, what effectively seems like veiled threats. So yeah, I don't
yeah,
see how Nerve Gorilla can keep using that excuse that he's just a troll, he's just trying to get shock value.
but he's
It's
got
not really.
there's malicious intent that show, and there's signs of him being that he planned all this shit because he's deliberately trying to terrorize his victims. So that's what makes
Okay,
him.
so did anybody that he actually made, or all those people that he made the videos about, have those people doxed themselves, or how exactly did he get
No,
that information that he has, where he, has their homes in the videos?
Um,
I believe that he probably got the information legitimately through a legitimate source, and that the people just didn't realize that their information or their data was online. Because if you learn what OSINT is, right, operational security information technology, I think it's what it stands for, OSINT. Okay, if you go and learn what OSINT is, there's a bunch of tools. Anybody can do this. There's a whole bunch of free and open source software that anybody can go on and look up for yourself, teach yourself, and learn these skills, these OSINT skills. and you can get a lot of information about somebody in their online footprint with these skills with the OSINT. Okay, and there's a lot of different programs you can use. There's a ton of tutorials and videos online about it. I think the chief handler is, maybe he's a private investigator, maybe he's in law enforcement, maybe he's in the military, but whatever he does, I believe he uses OSINT in his day to day, and he's good at it. He's good at looking shit up, right? So that's the people that you'll find are usually involved in this gang stalking shit too, right? They use OSINT tools and they use information against people, right? Information that you didn't even know was online, or information that they get from hacking your phone, because they absolutely have done that to mine. So, and that's, I believe, I don't necessarily think that he has access to people's um, information that's like some, through some illegal source, because they're not that stupid. They know that everybody in the government is what, like, even the government's watched. Like, there's a check and balance on almost everything. Everybody has a boss. It's just their tactics and their methods and their means at the top level is what we have to look at. It's Section 702 and their ability to get these FISA warrants and everything without submitting, evidence that's been confirmed. They've been able to make up their own fucking narratives. Like, this is what law enforcement does. The same thing that these gang stalkers are doing. They create a narrative, they present it to a judge, they get a warrant, and then they go and they finish creating the narrative, and they can set people up and they can frame them and they can do all kinds of crazy shit. So most people don't realize it, and when you see it on the news, it's hard to believe when the truth is like so totally different than what you see on the news. But I only know because they did it to me personally. I never would have thought that somebody would be able to, that they'd be able to do this, that they do it so frequently to so many people. I never would have thought that was true until they did it to me. So you back the blue until it happens to you. But I promise you, the people that are still trying to defend the police and saying that TIs are crazy, or anybody that's targeted is crazy, that they don't do this to people, you got a rude awakening. Who are you lying to? You're only lying to yourself, right? Yeah, and they can create a file
I think
and ask you to click it, and it can be embedded with the malware, right? They can embed anything in that file or any link, you know? So, Irene, it's important that people know that. I try to explain that to people, and I explained it in a stream with Donovan. And it was after that stream, whenever I said about clicking links and how it's dangerous if you don't trust the source, he tried to argue against that. And then that's when he blocked me, went to Nerves and Nerves channel and said that I embarrassed him and I tried to brainwash him.
files on everybody. Like even if you don't use your real name, he knows what your fucking name is, and he will tell you things about your family and shit. Like he knows Abe's dad's parents' names and everything. He'll name off your parents. And that's how you know it's really him. He does a lot of creepy fucking shit like that.
It is
Like he knows
creepy.
more things about you that even your best friends don't know.
You know who else is a very good,
And you will
And
find out.
obviously,
you know who else is a very, very talented and experienced OSINT investigator? Nerve Gorilla.
this is his job, apparently. Yeah,
Yeah, and Patton wants to
his
call me a
job to
fuck.
discredit. Yeah, I mean, Patton, if he has some sort of disagreement with you, that's between you two. But why is he not calling out Chief Handler? Come on,
Okay.
the
You don't, you,
fucking like
whoops.
record.
Okay, I'll look at your channel. Yeah, why doesn't John try to fucking expose Chief Handler? He's only made like a couple videos.
Because I've already pointed out the obvious. He's anonymous. I'm not going to waste my time. Why would you waste your time chasing somebody who you don't have any information on? It's a fucking sock account on YouTube. What are you going to expose? A sock account on YouTube? Then what? What the fuck good does that do? That plays right into his hand, right into the trap that he set. He wants you to react. He wants you to give him the attention. Why would you do it? It's retarded. Wake the fuck up.
Videos about him. That's it. He just tells him he loves him.
Yeah, it
I love
works.
you, Chief Handler.
Stupid.
You know what? That was way more effective than anybody else that anything anybody else has done. I said, sorry, Chief. I just don't think it'll work out, you know? I don't think we're the same type, and you'll find somebody. Don't worry, you'll find somebody someday that loves you for you, but it's just not me. And I told Chief Handler that, and he pretty much left me alone.
Stupidity, man.
He loves his enemies.
It's amazing how
He's
that
not real,
works.
that's why.
It's amazing
You
how
think?
killing them with kindness works
Like,
like
yo, he
that.
messes with real fucking targets. You know
All
that, right?
No, he messes with real
Now here's the
idiots.
thing. As
I
much as I
mean,
don't,
He doesn't mess with real targets. He messes with real stupid people. That's all.
wasn't Patton saying that Chief commented on some of his videos?
Very first
long time
one.
ago, but he hasn't been back ever since. He says he doesn't bother him.
I don't pay attention.
Oh,
He probably does. I don't pay
he
attention.
comments on pretty much every video I post. I
Yeah,
guess-
he even goes after people that aren't targets.
What do you?
Like
How do
who?
you know? What do you mean if they're
Like,
not
just
targets?
random
Or,
people.
well, he's targeting
Maybe he
them.
doesn't pick
Low
on John
count.
because he gets bored and falls asleep when he's watching his videos.
Yeah, I know, right?
That could be it too.
John's fucking boring. His videos
That
fucking boring as fuck.
that's very
He's got that
possible.
gay ass intro with the gay music. Is like, God, worst music ever.
Pretty
He makes everybody wait
heterosexual.
with his stupid premieres.
It
Like,
seems pretty heterosexual
God,
to
just get to
me.
the fucking point already.
The videos have been getting better, but yeah, he could definitely trim that intro down. Holy
just-
fuck. It was annoying.
I
just
did
cut
do
to
it
the
for
chase,
Donovan
man.
here.
You know, or else
Right.
no one's gonna watch it. They're just gonna click off. Now,
All right,
here's the thing.
here's the chase.
Now,
Donovan's a
as much as
perp.
I don't like Toby, I still have to defend her ass too because
Oh,
because
stop
of
your
what she
lying,
did.
Donovan.
That's just
You love Toby. He's got a crush on you, Toby. You know that, right? He's like he's he's got a he's like your secret admirer. He's playing hard to get though, but he secretly loves you.
fucking wrong. You know, I don't condone that shit. You know, posting up videos of people's fucking house.
Actually-
it is fun.
Actually, that's what Donovan does. Anytime that there's a vulnerable woman or a woman involved, he does the creep thing. He steps in like the white knight, you know, and he tries to act like the good guy to the woman, you know. It's the same thing like the firemen do and the cops do. They're creeps, you know. They prey on vulnerable women.
I mean, if you did that to me, man,
No matter any way you could put it, it's fucked up.
I mean, what's gonna happen if they do that to you, Patton?
Does what to
you
me?
Talking about? Oh, he called me Dick Pick Donovan. Why did you call me that, Patton?
Somebody else made it up.
Those are fighting words, you know. Like when you say shit like that, you know, I just want to, you know.
Yeah, I want to make my channel without
He doesn't like
exposing
it.
Nerve Gorilla and Chief now. I mean, anybody,
Well, this is my
you know,
ultimatum.
anybody.
Change that fucking video. Change the title of that video, Patton.
You know.
Or else I'm gonna
Or
fucking.
you're
laugh
gonna
at you.
what?
I'm gonna roast the fuck out of you.
Oh no! Whatever should I
Roll
do?
Your ass. I'll send your videos out to Burger Boy. I'll put
Oh no! What am I gonna do?
you on Kiwi Farms. How's that?
I'm
I'm pretty sure I'm already on Kiwi Farms, ain't I?
I'm going in on Burger Boy next.
Well, don't fucking put my name on your channel, Patton.
Well, then don't make up lies about me, Donovan. See, you guys don't realize everything. I don't put anybody on my channel unless they ask for it. You know, I don't just go out of my way and start and look for somebody and just pick on them and say shit about them or anything like that. But people that I find talking about me, people who they throw the first stone and they say shit about me, you don't think I'm gonna set the record straight? You're fucking batshit crazy.
John. And don't call me fucking dick pic because I never sent nobody no fucking dick pics. You little bitch.
I don't know why they call you Dick
Or
Pic
else you're gonna have
Donovan.
to prove it. Show some fucking receipts, motherfucker. You
Why
ain't
do
got nothing.
Why they call you
Don't
Dick Pic
fucking lie on
Donovan?
me like that.
Why
You
why
little
did they
fuckface.
why do they do that, Donovan? I didn't make it up.
Are you gonna change the fucking video of the fucking?
No.
What the fuck you talking about? Remember
absolutely
I used to use
not.
my real name on here, and then you guys fucking dug up a bunch of old ass fucking arrest records.
You guys, he
You guys were
says.
going around calling me a fucking hitman for hire. You guys calling me a homeless junkie, accused me of being homeless. Piece of shit.
He says, you
a paid
guys,
federal
you
perk.
guys, right? But you don't see that from my channel. You won't see that from my
you guys-
channel. Probably 75% of the videos that I made about Donovan, there's probably like 4 or 5 videos. I didn't make a whole bunch of videos about Donovan, but most of them are me just asking him, like, what did I do to you? What's your problem? Why are you saying this? Shit like that. And then the rest is just the truth. You know, I don't make up anything about Donovan. I just put the truth out there. He don't like it.
Fucking lie. You guys been lying on me for fucking years.
You guys, he
Now I'm finally
says. That's how he does it. He tries to associate me with other people. You guys, like that's the only way he can try to claim that I do anything to him. Because Ti News did a stream on him one time because he was being a dick. And when he did, I think I was there for the stream or something. I don't know. I talked to Ti News, to Will, but that doesn't mean that I was fucking going around trying to make up lies about people. I certainly didn't do that to Alice Dark.
Chance to fucking defend myself. Like none of you guys want to fucking complain about that shit. What's up with that? Oh no, I fucking don't like it when people lie about you. You got you like there's all kinds of people lying about me. Now I got Toby up my fucking ass too. What am I gonna do about that? You know, because all she do, you know, like everything I post, you know, she just fucking watch. You
By the way, I'm just curious, Irene. How am I overreacting? I'm just curious. I don't think I'm overreacting at all. Like I just set the record straight. That's it.
know how many times a day she's gonna fucking clip my shit and fucking screen record my channel and fucking screenshot the fuck out of everything. She's making fun of you too, bro. She calls you potato head.
You see, I don't
And
care.
she even posted up pictures of you on her community tab.
But see, I
Hey,
don't
look,
care.
John.
I'm not going to do that because I don't fucking
You,
care.
I don't like that.
See? Well, you
Look,
don't.
I gave you a chance. You went to Nerves to improve who you are. What are you talking about? Why are you so scared of Nerve?
I'm not scared of Nerve.
Like, didn't you watch Abe's video? Where
No,
like,
didn't watch Abe's video.
there's nothing he could do to you if he does hack you. You could just, it's easy to fix that shit.
Does that
It's like the same thing
change?
if you get a virus.
Does
You
that
know, you could remove it.
does that change the fact that
Quarantine.
he's still hacking people or giving people? You know that's just deflection. That doesn't fucking like. What are you trying to do? Deflect it. So what if he hacks you? You can just fix your shit. Okay, so you're just deflecting. I'm just point. All my channel's about is spreading awareness and pointing out things that people are doing, right? Things that are happening. That does just because my phone has problems with my phone doesn't mean I don't know how to fix it. I know how to fix my phone. So just so everybody else understands that, when they bring up my name or say anything like this, they're twisting shit around. And I'm sure there's probably hardly anybody that even believes any of it. But this is basically for two purposes: to make sure that set the record straight, so that there are no victims of the fuckery and the lies, and to prevent, to hold their feet to the fire, to keep Donovan and people like this from, maybe they'll think twice before they come on and make up these lies. If you expose them and you show them themselves, that's all you got to do. Show them themselves, and they don't like it. They don't want to see themselves.
It or just get rid of it and reset all your shit.
No.
But you probably don't know how to do that, do you, John?
And then how do I prove that they keep doing it to me?
I
How
don't know
do
what
I?
you're talking about, John.
Right?
You know, everybody that he doesn't like, he calls them a paid
Here
federal
she's
person.
watching now. Here she's a paid federal perp. Really? Well, here she's watching now. Here she's a paid federal perp. Really?
She's a paid federal perp. Everyone's a paid federal perp, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Donovan
You
does.
gotta show some receipts. Patton.
I do
Let's see
think
some
that
evidence.
I do think that Donovan likes this negative attention because I could embellish a ton of this shit, and I'm not gonna because that's not my intention. Is not to smear your name. My intention is just to show the truth, just to show from my point of view. I try everything I can to not, you know, push people over that limit or over the edge to where I'm then influencing them of this or that. I'd rather people find out on their own. Don't believe me? Go do your own research.
Fireman super secret boy band. Perks.
Yeah, I noticed that, Toby.
Did somebody call the ambulance?
I noticed that. And then a while back, people were saying that Donovan was a serial killer. The reason that they were saying that was because Donovan was doing the same bullshit to other people. So they were just giving it back to him, and he didn't like it then. So that's what he does. I used to open up my notifications and see nothing but Donovan notifications. Like right now, it's you that he's doing this to in his channel. But if you look back like a year ago, he was doing this to me. He was doing this to Conspiracy Underground. He was doing this. It's always somebody. It's like his job. I mean, it really seems like his job. Like I said, if you're a confidential informant, if you got in trouble and you're working for the cops or something, or you're paid to do this, where would you turn that income in at? Where do I go to look for that? I don't think confidential informants have to report their income that they get paid from the fucking cops. When a narc gets paid, yeah, just saying.
I did it to him once. Federal spooks all over the place.
Tasha knows what's up.
You're a federal spook. He's a federal spook, and you're all federal.
At the very, very beginning of this, when I lived in my apartment before I knew anything about this, right? I heard from certain people, well, from the person that died in the first floor of my building, Carla, crazy Carla, just mysteriously died one day. She told me she worked for the drug task force. She admitted it to me. I heard the chief of police at Carrolltown on her answering machine on 2 separate occasions. I'm not making this up. And then she just died one day. Before this, though, before she died, I distanced myself from her and wouldn't talk to her. It was clear looking back at it that they had her doing this shit to me. And I already knew that she worked for the drug task force. She fucking admitted it. She told me this. So whenever she was going around telling everybody that I was talking to feds, right? Now looking at it and looking back at it like that, reflecting on it, it's really clear what was going on and who was involved. It's real easy to see. That's one of their tactics. I believe they tell on themselves. They are the feds. They are working with the feds, but they just blame you for that. They tell everybody that you're talking to the feds. And that way they can get stupid people to do this shit because all they have to do is tell on themselves. Just tell the truth. But just use my name though. Instead of telling on yourself, just insert my name. It's a really simple tactic to teach people. And it's a very effective tactic to convince people of shit that isn't true, because I had a hard time believing people are capable of doing this shit. It's hard to believe, but they are.
Spooks. So let's keep this train wreck rolling here.
I know my neighbors used to get money all the time, and they felt the need to explain to me where they got the money, and I never even asked. So
you're gonna go show receipts?
Yeah,
that's the evidence that I'm getting paid to be on YouTube.
That's the next few videos. I'll show you the receipts that I have.
Make all these fucking fake sock accounts with my face.
Yeah, I want to see some evidence that I'm getting paid to do anything. Fuck.
Yeah,
give me
man.
A paycheck.
I'm fucking hungry as fuck. I ain't even got no food in the goddamn house. Empty ass fucking fridge.
So if you're not getting paid, then what the fuck, right? What's the motivation then?
Junkie.
It doesn't make sense if you're not getting
heroin in my entire life ever. I was too smart for that shit.
Right, you're too smart for that.
Fucking bad enough, but fucking heroin, no fucking way. I hate needles. I always hated needles.
No, that stuff will give you brain damage the first time you use it.
My brother smoked weed every day of his fucking life.
Fuck that.
Same thing with opiates, man. I just don't.
My brother is like one of the biggest potheads you'll ever meet. He's one of the type of person that actually gets withdrawal symptoms if he doesn't have a joint to smoke.
If you aren't getting paid, then that's... Hey, look, John, I got to defend myself. You see, that's why I'm doing this. That's why I have this channel.
Yeah, well, just so you know,
to defend myself against slander.
This is the last any attention or energy I'm going to pay to you at all. I'm doing this stream that you privated, and I'm giving my commentary, and then that's it. You can say and do all you want about me, Donovan, and it's not gonna get a reaction. It's not gonna get a response. It's gonna get fucking nothing. It's just wasting your time. So you choose whatever you want to do with your valuable time. If you're not getting paid, you're free to waste all your time moving forward. This is it.
Defamation and character assassination, smear campaigns, slander campaigns, online gang stalking,
mirroring,
you guys
projection.
John, because he's doxing me and slandering me. That's the reason I even look at his page.
Which I would have never. I would have never done any of that, Ed, had you not fucking stalked and harassed me for months and months and months.
What he's doing next? Keep track of that shit.
Yeah, you better keep
Why is he
track of
so
it, Ed.
paranoid? Is it the drugs or
Oh,
is it
there's the
what he
paranoid
yells
thing
like
too.
that?
Okay. And when you pay enough attention to these people, they all use the same script, right? The paranoia, the drugs.
That's why I call him paranoid Patton.
It's probably been in the last maybe 10 years or so. I haven't really talked to him a whole lot in the last 10 years, but so it was like a big difference for me from when I kind of used to know him. We were young.
So Irene, I like your comment there. You said always over explaining their own involvement. Love that part. And that's something that I noticed way back on is all these people felt the need to explain themselves to me in the weirdest situations, and I never asked. And I would even say that to him. I was like, okay, good for you. I didn't even fucking ask you. Why do you, why do you feel the need to tell me why you're pulling into this parking lot or why you're doing this or doing that? The people that I knew that were involved, because it's a guilty conscience mindset, is what it is. They feel the need to explain themselves. They don't see the big picture, so they have to go and they have to throw their excuse at you. They don't realize they could just shut their mouth, and then if it gets brought up, then they use the excuse, and that's more effective at making me look like an idiot if they just wait until I fucking blame them for something. But whenever they throw their excuse at me when I don't even ask, they expose themselves. You know what I mean? It's so you can't fix stupid and you can't make this shit up. It's just crazy how retarded these people are. The people that train them and give them directions on how to do this, they need to spend a little bit more time with them because it wouldn't take very much. I learned all this shit on my own. Nobody taught me. They're all doing the same thing and they have the same script. That's crazy that they're still that fucking inept. You know what I mean? That they're that ineffective. It just goes to show that they're well, the people that put them up to it. It's I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, right? Not talking about family, but the law enforcement or the intelligence agency or federal people that train them to do this are also fucking retarded.
Versus now is him being all paranoid and shit like that.
Mm.
And it kind of weirds everybody out.
Is there any truth to all these accusations that he's putting in the chat, or is he just trying?
So I don't know what accusations you're talking about. I don't know. Maybe I'm not paying enough attention to the chat.
So
Yeah,
he's
is he
trying to
just doing
get
it out of anger?
he's trying to get my brother to go ahead and say that I'm making up lies too. He doesn't want to be the only one saying I'm a liar. He's trying to get other people so that he has two or three different people saying that I'm a liar, right?
Or revenge? Is it like is revenge? I'm trying to figure out what his motivation is behind this whole targeted Patton persona that
Yep. If they
alter ego that he created for himself.
if they don't do a good
I don't know. I
job,
think he wants to try to exonerate him.
if they don't do a good job, I've seen these people get thrown under the bus. I've seen them get like openly, blatantly punished to where they get actually irregular treatment. They get thrown all over the news or they get blasted. They get out of the ordinary, irregular punishment that's worse than the normal person. And it's after they were not effective at the gang stalking or discrediting me. I've seen it happen time and time again. So they probably do get a pat on the back, attaboy, whenever they're, they have a successful stream or something. Like this one, I don't think they probably told Donovan to delete it. They said, delete that fucking shit right now before Patton comes back and wipes the floor with you.
For his own wrongdoings.
Is that why he portrays himself as this innocent little baby? Oh.
Yep, not a baby.
Yeah,
Not
it's always someone else. Whoever called him out on his bullshit, it's their fault that he did what he did. Yeah, that kind of dumbass shit.
I'm just curious, what bullshit you talking about there, Ed? What specifically are you talking about that I blame my problems on other people?
Oh.
There's nothing. They don't have anything. You know what I mean? If they did, they would believe me. They would use it on.
I think he's just pushing buttons. What do you think? Where'd the other guy go? Where'd Mr. Ryan go?
Yeah,
He's
pushing your buttons.
Yeah.
It's a
What do
game.
you think about all this? You look at how combative he's getting. He's getting real combative.
It's
He's like a
funny.
little
What's
baby.
he mad about?
He's mad at his brother. He's trying to destroy his life.
I seem to remember Donovan saying, "Take that off your channel. You better take that down. You better take that down." Right? Yeah. Who's getting combative there, Donovan?
With his targeted Patton channel. Claims he's being gang stalked by his brother. Gang stalk? I thought gang stalking was with multiple people, not just one fucking person. I don't get it. Like a
I
lot
mean,
of
I guess he thinks his brother is involved in the program.
Bingo.
Apparently,
Yeah, and I haven't seen any proof of that.
You
What
see
program?
proof.
Yeah, he thinks there's a gang stalking program, but what it really is just.
He thinks there's a gang stalking program.
Oh no, I can't talk about that.
They
No,
talk
we're
like
not
they're
gonna do
stupid or
any,
something. Like people
no
haven't
aliens,
already.
No more aliens and no more like religious shit. No more fucking witches and warlocks.
So they must have told him he's not allowed to do that stuff after the last video I made talking about the labels and shit. Is that why you're not doing that anymore, Donovan? I seriously think that they write the damn handbook every day. They rewrite it based on my exposure of the fucking program and other people as well.
And demons and pumpkins and fucking possums, whatever. No more of that shit. I don't want to talk about the fucking aliens.
No,
Portals.
Yeah, demonic portals and
Why not?
fucking shit conspiracies and.
Why don't you want to talk about that stuff anymore?
UFOs, you know, that whole thing.
Why don't you want to talk about it
Okay,
anymore?
he's still, getting combative in the chat. It's like he wants to start another. Like he keeps doing all these fake beefs.
They got to get a new script.
And then when I tell him to get in the chat, he won't do it.
They really need to write a new
Voice
script.
chat, Patton.
yeah, I
Voice
wish he
chat.
would. I wish he would come up here.
With all the money
Voice
that they
chat,
use,
Patton. Now,
all the-
voice chat. We're on block.
with all the fucking money that they waste, the taxpayer dollars that they waste and shit doing this shit, trying to destroy people's lives, you'd think they'd be able to come up with some better scripts or some better, I guess good help's hard to find, but I mean, at least write a new script or something, hand out some new fucking talking points.
Talking to you again. That's what Nerve Gorilla does. He calls him out. He tells him to get in the chat. If he doesn't do it, then he blocks him. Why are you still using? Never. I can't fucking do his voice. Proof on my channel. You want to go look at it now? Okay, I'll look at your channel.
But he won't look at the
Mr.
proof.
John Huffman.
He won't look at the proof, though.
Johnny Huffman.
But my brother is about to.
On here.
My brother's about to be real stupid here. I talked about my brother. I caught him in the alley behind my house one night, like midnight, gang stalking me. Right? I absolutely caught him. I have him on video. It's on my channel. And my brother actually, instead of trying to come up with some other excuse, here coming up real soon here, he actually just admits to gang stalking me. Watch.
Other people's channels, and that's what he does. He just records other people's channels.
Yep.
Instead of making his own fucking content.
Right.
Nothing.
He-
how many fucking videos has he got about me on here?
He like 4.
Yeah, I took all mine down, and he didn't take his down, so I
You're
put mine back up.
Full of shit,
I
Donovan.
tried to make him a deal, but he didn't want to take the deal. So I said, all right, well, all my patent videos are going back up.
I don't remember this deal.
And guess who screenshotted it? Your friend Toby screenshotted it and tried to accuse me of being obsessed with him.
He is obsessed with me.
That's outrageous. I'm not obsessed with Patton. It's the other way around. See, I
Is he talking about proof? I just now I'm looking at the chat. Is he talking about the video where
He just now see.
the Jeep was in the
He claims to just now looking at the chat. No, it just took him that long to think of what to say, and it's not even that good.
alley adjacent to around the corner from his house, right? I remember what he's talking about now.
Oh, now he
He was
remembers.
on a live stream, and I
Mhm.
had just gotten home from a gig,
Yep,
and we were watching it, and he's like, "I'm gonna go to Sheets." I'm
yep.
thinking to myself, is he even allowed to go to Sheets? He got kicked out of there for stealing.
See, he's got to
No.
throw something like that in there, right?
Well,
That's a
so-
lie. That's an absolute lie. I never got kicked out of Sheets for stealing, you fucking fat lying piece of shit. But what's funny is I was standing outside my house for 15, 20 minutes during this live stream. Okay. And then whenever I said I had to go to Sheets, my brother was already in the alley. He did not, I would have seen him drive around the corner and pull into the alley. He had to have been there for at least 15, 20 minutes prior to me catching him. That's another detail that I had to point out.
Roll him and over to the house because he knew he was getting in the car. Drove over to the house, went around the block, and then we were there. We were just gonna drive by and go beep beep beep, and then home, just to troll him. And so
But
that's
in,
the video he's talking about is proof that he has gang stalkers.
okay, but instead, whenever I go to pull out, instead of doing what he just said he was going to do, I go to pull out and I catch him sitting in the alley. And whenever I turn towards him to record him, he high beams me and steps on it and floors it. And he doesn't do no beep, 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 beep. He just fucking hightails it out of there and tries to blind my camera so that I can't catch the fucking proof of him gang stalking me. Come on, Ed. Don't be so. You're such a bad liar, dude. Bad liar.
So we're gang stalkers.
Is that where he came up with that whole beep beep in my Jeep bullshit?
Nope, never
Yeah.
came up with that.
That's it. His undeniable proof that gang stalking is happening.
It's another lie.
And then his buddy
Because he was, the point of it was to prove to him that he's an idiot for like doxing himself and like going out into his car in front of his house, showing everybody where he's going in real time.
You're my brother. You know where I live, you fucking retard. You really showed me a lesson there, Ed. You fucking know where I live. What are you talking about, you weirdo? Plus, the point of you gang. What about all the gang stalking you did to me from the beginning? Like I said, I didn't know what this was. I had to look it up to even see what this was. I wasn't on YouTube for the first year of this shit, Ed. How do you explain that first year, which you were also involved in? How do you explain that? You were teaching me a lesson for what there? I wasn't even on YouTube then. How do you explain that there, Ed?
You know what I mean? You know how easy it would be for somebody to fuck with you if you did that. Yeah, you're complaining about people fucking with you, but you're literally giving them bait.
What's funny is since I've done that, since I put my shit out there, right, on YouTube and just put it all out there and just showed everything, they don't do it anymore. They're fucking cowards. They won't do it anymore. He has stopped doing that because he knows that I was effective at exposing him, improving it, and he knows damn well.
It's really stupid.
And
Yeah,
apparently, Patton's a
you-
pretty small town, isn't it?
Trolling
16.
is not gang stalking, bro.
Yeah,
And he
trolling
just
is
sits around and
online.
goes.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's get
well,
something
what-
straight. Trolling is online. Am I wrong there? Correct me if I'm wrong, but trolling is what you do online to people. When you go real life and you stalk and harass people in real life and you fucking rub hot dogs and shit on their door handle, which they just did the other day here. When you do, childish shit and you waste your time you put spyware on their device and you listen to them and you fucking access their camera and their microphone and you pay attention to everything they do in their life just so that you can follow them around and harass them. That's not trolling, my friend. That's not trolling at all. That's called gang stalking, you fucking weirdo. You fucking weird piece of shit. Get a life, dude. Like Irene says, Ed, get a life. Right? Or get a hobby. What'd you say, Irene? Get a hobby, right? Get your own life. Leave us alone, right? Universe knows.
In a paranoia town with it.
Oh yeah, he took it personal. That's what he did. He took it personal. And what's
You
this
have no
stuff?
proof of my phone on your dad's device.
Oh yeah, I do. I'll show that
It's like,
here
that's
soon.
another thing that.
I don't give a fuck about anything up at that fucking house.
Well, then why do you drive?
See,
That's
he's getting
funny.
combative.
It's funny because I have all kinds of videos of my brother driving past my dad's house despite the PFA for 3 years. He would drive past my dad's house every day. Every day, just whenever he knew that somebody would be watching, like gang stalking is what it is. And I have videos on my channel of that as well. So it's funny you say you don't give a fuck about anything up at that house. Why did you drive past it every day? Why is that, Ed? And yes, I found fucking evidence. Okay, there's evidence of a device somewhere in that house plugged in. It's a Wi-Fi extender, Rockspace extension. Does that ring a bell, Ed? Rockspace extension. And yes, there is a Samsung A14 that's titled Ed's A14. that was just connected to my dad's network as recently as February 24th, 2024. I have the evidence of it. I have the MAC address and everything. I have all the fucking devices. So, yeah, I found that and I didn't expose, I didn't put it online. I just, tried to tell you, Ed, yes, I have the fucking proof and the evidence of you, hacking my dad's network and doing this stupid shit. So when are you going to realize it and just shut the fuck up and knock it off? You keep going, you double down. It doesn't make any sense to me. You double down. You, you really think that
Calm down, Johnny. Just get on the chat, Johnny.
all right, I'm calm. I'm calm.
Voice.
But you really think that you're going to be able to work, win, Ed? Do you think that you're going to be effective at convincing anybody of your lies? I've already been very effective at opening the eyes of quite a few people in this town to you and your real actions, your true actions. Most people already knew who you were and what you were about. So without even trying, other people, they, they describe you as a piece of shit.
Chat only, or else we're
Two
gonna
fucking
block you.
shits about that place.
Why is that?
All right, Patton. This is
You
your
wanted
last
the
chance.
house.
It's
You
been
wanted the
granted.
house to begin
Just wanna
with.
get on there.
How many last chances did I have
What
here?
the fuck is it? You have an A1. What are those an A14? I have no idea what it is.
Boom.
No, I
Yeah,
never
you should
had
just
that.
come up.
Did you hear his kid in the background saying,
I bet he won't
is
do
that a
it, will he?
Samsung?
Come on, Johnny. Come on, Johnny. Johnny Hoffman.
Ah, I told you I do my own
Or else we're
stream
gonna,
here. Oh, is he gonna what?
or else
What are
we're
you
gonna
gonna
put
do?
you on. Never mind. I won't say it. Or else we're gonna locale you.
What are you gonna do? Lie about me?
We're gonna turn you into a locale.
You gonna do a whole stream making up a whole bunch of lies about me? Oh no, please, Donovan.
You're gonna be the new Cyrax.
Oh no, I'm afraid of that. Yeah, like I have a fucking even an ounce of worry about
We're gonna
anybody.
send Peaches to your house.
He doesn't realize that he's creating.
Just like Alice Dark. Just like what you guys did to Alice Dark.
I didn't do shit to Alice
John
Dark.
Hofer, he fucking docs Alice Dark's.
See, and then it shows he's getting himself all worked up here. I'm not even on the stream, but he's sitting here. He gets really mad and he makes up even more grandiose lies, saying that I sent a bunch of shit to Alice Dark. That's a lie. He knows it. Hell, truth be told, he's probably the fucking one that did it. Knowing how they blame you, they blame the target for everything they do. If he's trying to blame me for this now, I mean, I don't know. It looks like a duck. It walks like a duck. It sounds like a duck. It's probably not a chicken. Quack quack, motherfucker, Donovan.
Name and address, and then the whole internet started sending pizzas to her house because he hates her. He hates her. He hates Alice Dark so bad that he started a smear campaign that lasted several years.
That's funny. I don't hate
Going
anybody.
on
That's
ever
not
since.
right.
You see,
And that's why
there.
everybody hates Alice Dark now. Like nobody ever would have heard of her if it wasn't for these guys.
Oh yeah, I
Patton and his
convinced a bunch of
gang.
people to hate Alice Dark. I'm sure. Yeah.
Like I'll put one of those videos on right now just to remind him.
Okay, remind me there,
Let's see if
buddy.
he remembers.
Let's see if I remember.
Oh yeah, the TI News thing. You know
Yeah. Okay. The TI News thing.
the whole Chosen Ones thing.
Let's see if I
Let's
remember.
see more lies. That never happened. So what's the deal? What did Alice Dark do to you to make her hate you? Make you hate her so bad, Johnny?
You can't even
Or, like,
talk
were you guys
straight.
in a relationship together, or like
Can you talk without the
were you trying
stuttering?
to hook up with her? Were you trying to date Alice Dark?
So this is how
No, he
he.
was just trying to bait views.
Oh,
Trying to use her.
This is where Donovan does the white knight thing. You know what I mean? Anybody that says anything against any female TI, he runs in, tries to save the day like a white knight because he's a fucking creep.
to bait views. Clickbait.
because she's so unusual looking, right? So we're gonna play Patton's theme song.
I'd imagine that
There's Virginia.
there's probably a whole bunch of like eighth graders, seventh and eighth graders that actually like buy into what Donovan says and stuff. I'd imagine, I said before that nobody believes anything he says. I take that back. I bet you there's a whole bunch of young, naive, you know, ignorant people, kids that they think everything's funny, like they laugh at fart jokes and shit like that. They probably believe Donovan's shit. And it's probably where he probably recruits them on like his Discord server. That's where these guys all communicate on their Discord servers and shit like that, isn't it? I don't have a Discord. I never have had one. He tried to get me to get one, which is funny. Donovan tried to talk me into getting a Discord server. What the fuck do I need a Discord server for? I don't play games.
Come on, John, get up here.
Nah.
This is your last chance.
How many last chances am I going to have?
You must redeem yourself.
Yeah, nope. I'm good. I don't really care what people
Where's
think.
Alice Dog? Oh, there it is. He's the one that made up that whole Jeep thing. That's why
Nope.
he's always like,
That's a lie.
every once in a while, he'll blurt out, he'll say Jeep for no reason.
So whenever he
Every time
says this
sees one,
shit,
that's what.
he knows that he's lying when he says this shit. He knows damn well that he's lying. He knows who came up with that Jeep thing. It was at the beginning of my YouTube journey after my targeting, when the first people I met and talked to was TI News and Angels Don't Fall. And so I go to the stream, like every Friday he'd have a stream, and I go there, and that's the first people I started talking to after this shit happened for so long, and I wasn't able to tell anybody. So the people that I was able to communicate with and talk to was Angels and Will and stuff. And I go to the stream and they were doing this thing against Angels. Scott was against it, and I never participated in it. I didn't have any idea why they were doing it, and I didn't agree with it either. But like I said, he tries to claim that I'm a part of a group. So anything that TI News has ever said or done, he will twist it around and use it and try to blame me and claim that I did this or I did that. Everybody knows it's not hard to see. So if you're trying to trigger me, you're wasting your time. If you're trying to convince anybody else, you're wasting your time. If you're trying to convince a bunch of eighth graders, like children, then you're probably keep going. You're probably pretty effective at that. I'd say you're probably doing a great job at that.
It'll say.
Yeah.
I never hated Alice. Yes, you guys. You guys. So what?
Uh,
I say that all the time, but I don't mean it. It doesn't, like I'm not saying it out, because I believe in that shit. But that was Angels though. So he's the one that made that up.
Yep. So listen to
Okay,
listen to
let's
what
watch
happens here.
that video. It's called
Yeah.
Gang Stalker Sock Accounts.
Okay, and I want to point something out here
Let's take a
because
trip back in time.
let's take a trip back in time.
For this live stream, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about.
Pay
I'm
attention.
going to show you fake TI News first.
We're going back in time.
Now I called Donovan a narc, right? Now pay attention here.
You're talking shit about me for a whole fucking year, going around talking shit. Look at all this shit. That's fucking TNT Storm. Yeah, she was fake. Broader. She's a fucking gangster.
Everybody that's ever said anything about Donovan is fake, right? Isn't that funny?
Stalkers. Angels don't fall.
He's a fucking fake.
And I think Scott's probably the only real guy that got on there.
Here it is. Now pay attention.
And so this is what's gonna happen. Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn this motherfucker in. I'll show you. I'm gonna show you why here.
So he's gonna turn this motherfucker in, right? And he even admitted to Virginia recently, like very recently, that all he needed was his name. He just needed his names, and he could turn him in. I don't know who you're going to turn him into. With a bunch of TIs have tried to report their shit to everybody. I know I have reported my shit. I skipped past the local law enforcement because they were the ones doing it. But I contacted the DA's office. I contacted the state police. I contacted the attorney general's office. I contacted the FBI. You can't get anything done. Nobody will do a damn thing for you. So somehow Donovan, all he needs is a name, and he can turn somebody in and get them to go after somebody, right? Isn't that crazy? All he needs is somebody's name, and he can get somebody, this mysterious people that he has to go after somebody, right? Isn't that funny? Isn't that crazy? So yeah, that's why I call Donovan a narc.
The FBI is not your fucking friend. They're not my friends.
Oh, they're not.
Actually, never did.
They're not your friends. Sure, they
I
did.
tried scaring him, but that didn't work at all.
Oh, you were just scaring them, huh? Is that what you were doing?
I'm gonna show you Will Orr's fucking
How are you going to scare Angels Don't Fall
Where did it go?
when all you needed was
Yeah,
his
that-
real
There
name,
it is.
right? All you needed was his real
Alice
name.
Dark.
Dark after dark.
But how are you going to scare them with his real name?
People be pizza bombing that girl.
Yeah, they made it
Citizens
because of this.
on
Because they
Patrol.
made a Alice Dark hate
Cops.
channel,
That's the cops program.
I didn't do that.
Citizens on Patrol.
and it was all conspiracy underground, and they were all involved in it.
Conspiracy Underground? I've never seen him do a video against
Definitely
Alice
attention.
Dark. I've never seen Conspiracy Underground do one against Alice Dark.
That's fucking some crazy ass shit.
But yeah, Alice Dark is
This is when
obviously,
they were going around telling everybody that Alice Dark was chief handler.
she seems very
And
fake,
it's
doesn't
not
she?
true. Like,
How do you know unless you're chief
Low-cal
handler?
Material. This is your low-cal right here.
And I do need to add that as well.
28.
He said that, so they were saying that somebody was chief handler. Donovan says that's not true. The only way that Donovan could know who, if somebody is or isn't chief handler is if he is chief handler or he knows who chief handler is. How can you say it's not true if you don't know who chief handler is, Donovan?
Team.
Originally, it was something else, but when Alice Dark rejected him because he uses his fucking shit as a
And then you swap in like
He
a
didn't want to talk to these guys.
white knight, right?
dating site.
And the creep steps right in
Yeah,
after that.
I'm calling her a tranny, but how does she have a son?
He did the
now?
same thing with
How
Dana
the fuck does
Kane.
your trannies even have kids, anyways?
Yeah, they started.
He did the same thing with Dana Kane. I went to Dana's live stream a month or two ago. She was at a Renaissance fair, and I go in and Donovan started fucking attacking me, and he was doing the same thing. He's trying to be a simp, and trying to be the white knight, the creep, taking advantage of a vulnerable women. That's what he does. That's all he does. That's what he was doing with fucking hippie chick, right?
Started this rumor that Alice Dark is a transsexual, and yet she has a kid.
It's really weird, man.
Is it a red Jeep?
No,
I have no idea. But
Illuminati colors? Is there a 33 in the license plate?
Donovan knows, but I don't even know that. But Donovan knows that. All right. Let's fast forward this stupid shit.
yeah, I literally got brainwashed after watching that.
This doesn't last too long.
Turn it off. Jesus.
Yeah, I got brainwashed.
No, it's Jesus, right?
Yeah,
Ryan?
I literally got brainwashed after watching that. After I watched that video. Oh, look, he's calling me a narc.
Yes, I
Why
was.
is, why is John calling me a narc? But I'm not a narc. I thought I was a criminal.
I never said you're a
You're worried
criminal.
about narcs.
And I go deep in my beep.
Yeah, I'm suspicious about narcs because
why
the
I'm not in
narcs.
the TI community. See,
Yeah, of course you're not.
I'm
Yeah,
not even.
I'm suspicious of narcs because it was a bunch of narcs that were following me around and stalking me and trying to provoke me around town. A bunch of fucking narcs.
in the TI community. I never was.
No,
People just
sure you
assume
weren't.
that because I make videos about gang stalking, and so. that's
What do you
probably
do
why
that
they came
for?
after me.
Why do you do that,
Sorry,
Donovan?
Just remember, be good or be good at it.
Be good or be good at it.
In with him, but absent-minded Abe is right about most targets. Says he is lying. Chief handler is Donovan. When I block Donovan, I've noticed this before. Donovan is this chief handler despite before. Donovan, you're a fucking loser, dude. Donovan was chief handler this whole time.
Oops. What they do now?
Also, my chosen people.
They think they know who you are. They think they capture your heart. They think they playing a song, but they must answer to God. Cause for the soul they don't like, cause they're afraid of the light. Curses see they with demons. Go ahead, tell me what you're gonna say.
I noticed. Should I keep this going, or should I cut it off? Since Pat doesn't want to get on here.
So I'm the whole
You can call me
purpose.
Sinister Jesus.
The whole purpose of the stream was for me to come on. I thought it was an interview.
Where did Miss?
I thought you were interviewing my brother. I haven't heard you ask him really any questions, very many questions at all. It like turned into a stream about me, and when I'm not going to get up on your stream, you're going to end it. Why don't you actually do what the title says and actually ask my brother some questions, retard?
Mr. Ryan go? Are you still there? He's got his mic turned off. Hello? Hello?
Hope he's not getting V2K'd. That's what he got earbuds and he is getting V2K'd.
See how he thinks that's funny?
Oh, okay.
He sounds like an eighth grader. How he thought that was so funny.
Okay, one more time, John. Are you all right, bro?
I'm fine.
I'm gonna change my channel name to that. I wish for all your deaths. Die.
Virginia said it best here. She said
She's watching now. She's a paid federal perp.
she said about how evil his fucking laugh is.
She's a paid federal perp.
I think it sounds more like Butthead, like Beavis and Butthead. I think.
Fuck out of here, dude. You guys are clowns. None of you. Like, I'm.
Yes, you are.
I guess they're heading out. There's only like 4 people left now.
You get to see my face.
I'm gonna get going too. I gotta go make dinner. I'm out skis.
All right.
I'm gonna go.
Peace.
I gotta
Later.
go.
Thanks for showing up.
Wash
Peace and
the
joy to the
wash the
The
sheets.
Patton Power Hour. All right, you still there, bud?
Bud.
You get to see my face. My name is Conspiracy Underground. I get more
Conspiracy Underground.
drones than all you TIs on YouTube. I got the #1 TI channel on YouTube.
You still there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Was any of this funny at all, or was it just weird?
Was any-
I had to walk away for a second because I had to do a chore.
See,
Errand to run, but yeah, I mean, I don't really know
so that proves it right
the
there.
lore with this guy, so I can't really say too much.
That proves it right there. Was any of this funny or was it just weird, right? So the whole point of a stream is to be funny. And I get it, Donovan, but you're not Donovan. You're trying to use like real things that people are going through, that people are experiencing real fucking things to be funny. To what? A bunch of eighth graders online? Why? It doesn't make it. That's what doesn't make any sense to me. And unless you're being paid, then it's just pathetic, dude. It's fucking sad and pathetic. Like I could see if you were getting paid, that would make at least make sense, you know. And everybody's got to eat. I get it, you know. You got to do what you got to do, right? But if you're not getting paid and you're doing this just because, I don't get it, man. I don't get it at all. That's sad and pathetic, and I feel bad for you.
Yeah, he's just trolling his brother. That's all he's doing, I think. I think he said something about it before. He said that the reason why he was using the Jesus Christ thing was to troll the whole chosen ones narrative.
No, he created that fucking account.
Okay.
Yeah, because these people are like fucking Nazis. They literally believe that they're.
Okay, see, that's just damage control because I know for a fact my brother made that Jesus Christ account the day before my birthday, and then he did these. That's when he started making this fucking sick ass Chuck E. Cheese video, and he included my kids in it and shit, and it totally crossed the line. And then certain people in town called him out on it, and then the next day all his videos went private on the Patton Perps channel. But he created the Jesus Christ account specifically so that he could use it to troll me in the chat whenever his Patton Perps channel premiered the other video. Like he already had the Patton Perps and it was putting out those videos, and he didn't want to use his regular channel, his regular account, which was X39X. Okay. He didn't want to use that one because that one was already on YouTube and established at some point that I just didn't know about. And it was at Hofer 420. Okay, that was his name before that, but he changed it. So, but I followed the pictures, the avatars that he used, and everything, and it was so easy to see. He totally created the Jesus Christ one on December 11th, 2022, the day before he did this fucking stupid Patton Perps fucking premieres thing. He didn't create the Jesus Christ account to troll all these other religious people and shit. He did it just to make a sock account that, listen, if you look at all of the fake people online, right, on the TI community, look at all the fake people that have something about religion in their name. Like they were instructed to make their sock account with their name having something to do with religion or 144,000 or something like that in the name. There are a ton of them that seem fake that have that shit in their name. Now I'm not saying all of them are like that, but it's so obvious to me that a lot of them they create the name of their fucking sock account to be one of these rabbit holes that you go down, the conspiracy theory rabbit holes, something that they troll a whole bunch of different subjects, I believe. TIs are just one of the subjects that they all focused on, I think that they, but my brother is experienced in this. He's obviously done this for years prior to this. Like I said, somebody wanted to pound his face in the bar in Patton because he was making fun of him online. He took somebody and put their face as, what's the dude from McDonald's with the big purple head? Not Barney, but there was, I can't remember what the fuck his name was. But he put this dude in Patton and he replaced his head with that dude's head from one of the McDonald's characters, and he just thinks it's funny and it's okay to do that. Well, there's repercussions for that. There's consequences to your actions online. Online is not just a free for all where you can make fun of anybody you want and do all that, and there's no fucking consequences to your actions. That only works if you're successful at being anonymous. But when you're not successful at being anonymous, like my brother, then you have to face the consequences of your actions. You've got to be held accountable. And, what do you have to say to that? You can't just make excuses and say, it's the internet. It's the internet. It's not real, especially when you're doing it in real life, Ed.
Master fucking race.
Yeah.
They're the only ones
Black.
chosen by God. And I guess God hates us all, but he hates the rest of us, and we're all going to go to fucking hell.
Nope.
Well, that's
shit?
what the
Wrong.
Hebrew Israelites are saying.
Everything happens for a reason.
Apparently, the Jews, Hebrew Israelites, they do not accept Jesus Christ as the Messiah. And
So that's why I question this other dude, the Hebrew Israelites, right? It's like that's his job. I don't know. He's supposed to come on here and what? You're going to use that label and throw that label on a bunch of people, Hebrew Israelites, just try to create more conflict.
so they're still waiting for the Messiah, who's supposedly yet to come. But according to the New Testament, all that's been annulled. And all you have to do is believe in Jesus. According to Protestant doctrine.
Right.
Because again, they had to start new churches, after the Reformation, starting, you have to go back to the 95 Thesis. And then the shit Toby's pushing on me is just like, fucking, I can't stand it anymore.
Sometimes it
They're
seems
like Judaizers, but black.
Oh, now it's Judaizers. Judaizers.
I'm surprised Conspiracy Underground.
Where the fuck do you come up with these labels, dude? Seriously. It's just crazy to me.
Hasn't been caught on that shit yet, preaching, but he is fucking pushing gematria.
Yeah,
Have you heard
I think
about
it's easier to figure out gematria and numerology after the fact, but people try to use it to predict the future, which is pretty much impossible.
I agree with that.
Yeah, because it gives you false positives and
I agree with that.
Fucking results. You might as well just fucking use tarot cards and shit. But that's what I think.
Yeah.
These people are wasting their time fucking with those fake ass fucking gematria calculators. Like, I think it's bullshit.
I mean, there's some basic stuff that you could use, but because they code their stories this way with like these names. I'm gonna go into detail about that in a couple of videos coming up, but you're gonna see that
Yeah, special ed. I know, Irene. Yeah, but I try not to pick on retards. But sometimes they're just so retarded you can't help it.
actually use names that are not. It's not even gematria. It's just they're complete. It's just complete mockery. And they put like the theme of the story right in the name, like they're laughing at. But I mean, they definitely use like 9/11 and
Hello, McFly. McFly.
33s and 666. But I mean, some people take it to the point where you could draw patterns. You could see patterns in anything. But I just don't think it's a good way to predict the future because it's too double coded and
Have you
it's like,
have you experienced any stalking? Gang stalking?
yeah,
Do you believe it's real?
all the time. Yeah. I mean, seems pretty obvious.
Yeah, because like I know what's happening. It's been happening to me for probably my entire life.
So why do you say
You know,
I
people
mean,
are
I don't
fake
really
then?
see how. I mean, there's really not much plausible deniability left for the people that are clinging on to
See, and this is
whatever
where
denial they're in.
he tries to gain back some of the fucking, you know, he lost any credibility here. He tries to gain it back by saying, "Yeah, I mean, I know it's been going on my whole life, and I've been targeted." Basically saying he's been targeted, but he's not in the targeted individual community, and he just goes around calling other targeted individuals fake. So, Donovan, I ask you, if you're not part of the solution, then you're part of the problem. So, how exactly are you part of the solution, buddy?
so you got any new videos coming up planned?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna make a bunch of videos and call Nerve out. And he's gonna ignore all of them, and he's just gonna look even more sus.
And you're going to look retarded
All
for
right.
wasting your time.
That's what I want people to do. If you're experiencing gang stalking, or record it, upload it, make videos about it.
Oh, I do it on another channel.
See what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Record it. Make
But the
videos
thing is,
about it because that's how he gets it paid, right? He has to find people to that he can go and try to discredit to get paid, right?
because all this talking about other people, I'm trying to get out of that, but then they won't stop talking about
I
me. So
better to just document.
Really? You're trying to
Better
get out
just
of that.
document.
So why exactly do you want other people to make videos about it and document it and put it on YouTube?
But in this case, I mean, I think Nerve is taking it too far, and I'm just gonna expose. See, I'm gonna expose him for what he is. I'm just gonna keep making more of these videos that are more or less undeniable proof of what's going on. He's gonna ignore it, and he's gonna, by default, it's gonna be like a de facto admission of guilt.
But I
because
I
he's
promise you,
So,
he's
I promise you, nobody believes him anyway. I mean, I would like to see show me people that actually buy what the fuck he's talking about, that actually believe it. And you can't use his chat because his chat, I believe, are people that go there on purpose. They already know they're gang stalkers too. They go there to his chat to spread the disinformation and talk about TIs and gang stalking so that it appears to anybody looking at his videos, that there's a bunch of people that think it's crazy, right? And the point is to spread this narrative that anybody talking about it or who believes these TIs are crazy, right? But it doesn't work anymore. It's not going to work. So if you want to expose him, I challenge you to find somebody who actually believes him, right? Who's actually been manipulated or tricked into believing him, because you won't find them. I challenge you. I would love to hear somebody that you find that actually believes him. Leanne and Invisible to You, those are fucking gang stalkers. They were never TIs. They can't show you any evidence of actually being TIs. They just show up one day and all of a sudden they're cured. Or really cured them, right? But they were never around to begin with. So if you can't find anybody, if you can find somebody then by all means, expose them. I still do it. Make sure that nobody does get tricked by his fuckery. But if you can't find anybody, just remember that and try not to waste too much time on them, because another thing that he wants targets to waste time on him. That's a lot of these people like Donovan, like what I'm doing right now, I probably shouldn't be doing, right? Because I'm wasting time, right? Don't focus on these idiots spreading disinformation. Try not to, because that's the whole point. They want you to respond. They want you to react. They want you to do what I'm doing right here, right? If you don't, they don't have any content. They have nothing. They have no power at all. Don't give them the power. So that's my best advice I can give after doing this whole fucking commentary on Donovan's um, deleted live stream.
In a secret Discord group with Toby right now, and they're communicating, talking about us behind our backs. And that's what I don't like about
Well,
it. They're
why did he not say anything about the video on John Lang or the video about Marcus Wolf's involvement in the formation of the DHS? Because I mean, Nerve Gorilla knows that Marcus Wolf, the former East German Stasi commanding officer, was one of the lead consultants when the DHS was formed. I haven't yet to hear him. I mean, he'll come up with some bullshit excuse if you'd really have to hold his feet to the fire. But
yeah, I think
just
Nerve.
make sure you point out how
If
he's ignoring Chief Handler, his behavior, his psychotic, fucking dangerous, terroristic fucking behavior.
I do think that this is Nerve's job. I really do because he if he's not talking and trying to discredit TIs, then he's only making videos to try to convince anybody watching, to convince the viewer that he helps people, that he's just trying to help people. You can trust me. Look, my toothbrush is wet. I brush my teeth. Look how wet my toothbrush is. Right? And that's all he's doing with his channel. It's really clear to me. So I do think it's his job. Maybe not his main job that he does all day long, but I do think it's whatever. It's a side gig, that you're. I mean, it has to be. Look at my channel and look up if you. I think it's titled "Paid Federal Perps." They do exist. I think that's the title of it. If you look at my channel and you look for that video, you will see the PowerPoint presentation that they used to train these people how to be online paid federal perps online and what their tactics are, what they're supposed to do. And you look and you read it and read all their tactics. It's exactly what these people are doing. I mean, fucking to a T, exactly what these people are doing. So it's pretty compelling evidence, that there are online paid federal perps, and what they're doing. It perfectly describes people like Donovan here, my brother Ed. It perfectly describes what they're doing. And it's very effective to be aware of the tactics. When you learn the tactics and you're aware of them, then they can't affect you. If you're not aware of them, then they can get you all day long. You can fall into the trap. But when you're aware of them, when you study all their tactics, you realize how simple it is, that anybody can do it, any idiot can do it. But it's just not normal behavior. Most people don't think about it because most people don't think in these deceptive terms. So if they're doing it, who knows how they're getting paid? But if it's under the guise of national security, you're never going to be able to find out how they're getting paid either. And they're not going to be able to say a word about it because they would have signed a non-disclosure agreement. And if they speak a word about it, they can go to jail for fucking 100 years for espionage.
And
well, I'd have to go in his Jitsi to do that, or call his phone number.
Yeah, because
Or I mean, I don't know why what does he have against response videos? I mean, he makes response videos to other people, but he won't make them to me.
yeah, he hasn't made one video about you. I find that kind of odd.
Maybe he didn't get
He
ordered.
did make one community post.
Maybe his boss or his handler didn't tell him to make a video about you yet.
That was directed at me. And did you see the imagery he used? He used a one-eye symbol in that post, the only post he ever tagged me in or was directly addressed towards me. Did you see that?
No.
Just go to the short video. Or I'll probably just turn it into a proper 1 minute video, but go to the shorts and you'll see it. It's not like in the main videos, but it's a short.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this off here in a minute. And
Okay.
I guess we're done. I'm running out of power for the. I ran out of energy to do the.
That's a very good point, Irene. Nobody actually knows, and anybody who tries to say what's going on, like as if they know, I try to point that out all the time. That how can anybody say with such confidence that this is what's going on or this is what's going to happen? Because nobody knows. Nobody alive on Earth today knows, what's going on with a lot of this stuff. When we're talking about the God factor, right? We're not going to know until we leave this place, right? So that's important to note. So when anybody is on here trying to influence people and say this is what's going on or that's what's going on, you gotta, question. How do you know? We're what did who died and made you God or whatever, that the plan, or that how the fuck would you know that to be true or not? Did an angel come down and tell you or what? And even if that's the case, how do you know it was an angel and not a demon or a devil, right? You could have been being deceived. So nobody really knows. Even if they think that God came and talked to them and told them, that doesn't mean it was God. People were easily tricked. So people that think they know, that's what I try to stay skeptical about, and I'm not afraid to show receipts. I'll say if I'm speculating about something. I try to point that out and add that in there that I'm speculating, but I try to explain why I'm speculating things, because it doesn't make sense. I'll ask the right questions and you can't get answers to certain things and nothing makes sense. So you got to speculate, because then maybe somebody else will offer a different perspective. And it's happened once or twice, where somebody's offered something and I didn't see that. And I was like, oh, okay, I didn't think about that. But most of the time it's because I already know, already deep down, I already know what it is. So we point these things out to people, but don't go around claiming like, oh, you know what's going on, because nobody knows. We could be, every one of us could be fucking wrong. So with that being said, I think that's about it. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure to do this live stream and show Donovan's live stream there, because he privated it, right? We can't go doing that. We can't go letting them get away with fucking deleting their streams and shit, right? Got to be able to hold their feet to the fire. So with that being said, remember, be good or be good at it.
Testing, expect nothing less. You check as I'm chess. What's happening next? You got the venom attention.
Yeah, we got to start this over here. There we go. All right, be good or be good at it. Peace out.
Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test. Expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess. What's happening next? He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion. Your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they see me. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try to change, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place. I wanna be first, work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives. You create thoughts. Never waste time. You got one shot. You got one life. Better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5. No mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way. What I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe